Yes, people, welcome to another edition of From a Third Eye View on Pi Radio, hosted by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note. Also joined by my two fellow co-hosts, JV and Stro. What you might saying? You good?
You know what it is.
Stro, what's going on? You
Blessed, good? Man. Blessed.
You blessed? Obviously, 3 points for your mob.
Big 3 points.
Obviously, it was the opening day weekend of the Premier League. So we'll start there, Stro. We'll start there. Obviously, Liverpool beat newly promoted Leeds 4-3 in a great game. I tweeted out, I said, no defending here, just vibes.
Yeah.
So I'll let you speak on it, Stro. We'll start off the air. It's only right we start off the opening weekend with the reigning champions.
I think we need to stop calling Leeds a newly promoted side, even though they're better than half of the league. And I've said this for months and months. You look at that Leeds United side, attacking-wise, transitions, attacking plays, overloads, midfield. It's Bielsa ball, and Pep Guardiola's football, it was born from Bielsa ball, and you can tell Bielsa's a top level manager. Like, you don't see, I don't know if you've watched the build up to the Liverpool Leeds game, but every manager from Pep Guardiola to Klopp, top level managers are like, we love Bielsa. So he's an elite level manager, and you've seen it. Like, he did to Liverpool, which I've not seen many teams do. They hunted us down and they pressed, and it took us a while to get used to it. And then obviously when the penalty came was when we started to pin them back in. Yeah, Bielsa's going to cause so many teams problems this season, and he's going to get so many points off big teams that you wouldn't even realise. Like I said, because obviously her dad's a Leeds United fan, I've watched him last year. Before the game, I said to him, this is going to be one of our toughest games of the season because I know how good they are. And they did that. What a game it was. Like, forget the shoddy defending, because there was some awful defending at times. Like, that was such an entertaining game, and I wish I was a neutral to watch it. I was getting hella stress, man.
Yeah.
Go on, JV, give your thoughts on it.
Yeah, that's not a team. Sorry, that's not a game I would like to see my team in, but I appreciated watching it. That was a good to start off the league with that, the new season with that match. Yeah, gave me a lot of hope for this season, because I thought typically, I thought it's not been long enough of a break. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I thought we might see a bit of a slow start. But both teams came out all guns blazing, and you got to salute Leeds. Like, as much as you can salute the manager, you got to salute the players as well.
Yeah.
There's getting those instructions, but there's carrying them out to the T as well. Do you get what I'm saying?
True.
So, yeah, very good game, very good game. Some of the defending is less desirable.
That's one way of putting it.
You've used that. That's a proper radio term for you.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying, man. I'm trying to get on your levels, bro. You get me?
I've known you a long time. I've never heard you use the word. Like, yeah, some of the defending was, less desirable. Never heard
I'm trying to get on your levels, fam. You get what I'm saying? But this is what I'm saying now. But it was a very good game. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Defending. I ain't going to lie. It already shown something which I said a while ago about this Liverpool team, and it's that.
We are going to get onto that. But yeah, go on. Give us your thoughts on that, because that's where I wanted to go next anyway.
My thoughts is, I said this for a while, I said this team will burn out sooner or later. I'm not saying they're burnt out now, but if teams play them like that.
Yes.
So if teams now, because this is the thing, we've seen a template how to play against Liverpool maybe last season. From even United.
Yeah.
It didn't win us the game, but do you know what I mean? We seen a Watford have a certain template twice against them. There's other teams who've, you know what I mean, and it's not been followed. But now we've seen it been done in the Premier League. Fair enough. Again, it didn't pull off a win, but it pulled off, a very good game. And if anything, I think that game is very similar to the game in lockdown when they played Chelsea. It's just that Leeds didn't have that quality. Where, you know what I mean? Chelsea ended up winning that one.
Did Chelsea win that game? Or was it Liverpool?
No, sorry, Liverpool won, but it was
Liverpool
similar.
won.
Sorry, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's just a similar game.
It was a similar game, but what I'm trying to say is, if Leeds had more quality, they would have actually won that game. I honestly think. Whereas Chelsea missed a trick. That's the point I was saying. Chelsea missed a trick with their one because they actually had an opportunity. Do you get what I'm saying? And I think it is the thing of this incredible starting 11 that Liverpool do have, but it's what is going to be the catalyst for them this season is keeping everyone 100% fit, because you have to be 100% fit to play that way how they play.
They play very high energy, high pressing.
You have to be 100% fit, and you have to have no injuries, because the bench, if you look at that bench, what they actually started with, that's probably worse than the bench they started last season with.
Ooh.
So there's no Shaqiri. You know what I mean? I'm saying that Shaqiri's an option.
Yes. Yeah, Shaqiri's definitely an option.
That kid Jones, I think he's going to be a very good player, that Curtis Jones. But it's the experience factor.
Yeah, I wasn't happy with that substitution. I'm going to be honest.
Okay, so what substitution was you unhappy with, and why was you unhappy with it?
So just to touch on a point, I compared that game to the Norwich game, first game of the season last season, because Norwich had chances in that game, and they just never put them away. Whereas if you look at the stat comparison, Statman back again, it's obviously you got the Norwich game, the Leeds United game. Norwich created more chances than Leeds did in the game last season, had more shots on target than Leeds did in the first game of the season last year, had a similar amount of possession, but Leeds had 3 shots on target and scored 3. So it's like, it's one of them games, you know what I mean, whereas Norwich actually created much better chances, and we won that game 4-1. It's Van Dijk doesn't make that mistake again. Let's be honest. It's arrogance. Let's be honest. 100% it's arrogance.
He's seen Patrick Bamford next to him, and he thought, I don't need to.
I can flick this round the corner.
You know what I'm saying? See, and you know what? And this just a quick point. I don't want to take away from anything what Stroll's saying, but this is where you see the measure of true champions in how you approach things.
How you approach things now. You're king of the castle. I was saying this, it's harder to stay on top than it is to get on top.
Yes, getting on top, it might sound mad. Getting on top's the easy bit.
Yeah, it's because that's a very tough thing to do, but now you're the scalp. You've seen this before, like we've seen it last season with City. You're the reigning champions, you're the scalp.
Everyone took it to City last season.
Yes, everybody's. And now people are going to do the same with Liverpool. We've seen United teams in the past, Chelsea teams in the past. Once you are the number one team, teams look at you like, all right, this is the time to make our mark. If we beat the reigning champions, that helps us.
To be fair though, we had that last season because we were unbeaten for so long, and every team wanted to beat us. Yes. And then because we won the league so early, then everyone wanted to take points off us.
Yeah, do you get what I'm saying?
So it's like, it's 100% arrogance. Like, I love the guy, I honestly do, but it was arrogance, and you could tell it was arrogance, and you could tell. But here's the thing though, on the flip side, is that might do something which no team in the Premier League wants. That might actually kick us into gear.
It can go one of two ways, because I was saying this, obviously, like, staying on top is much tougher than getting on top. But it's like, all right, because naturally, even like you won't do this consciously, your hunger will go. It's hard to be hungry on a full stomach.
Yes.
Like, Liverpool have accomplished a lot. They won the Premier League last season. They won the Champions League the season before. And were without doubt the best team in Europe that season. And were the best team in England the last season. So it's kind of like, how do we go again? Like, how does the manager go again? How do you motivate these players? Like, the motivation, because you've not won the league in 30 years, is now different to the motivation of winning it at the season after.
Which is why
I think is vitally important Liverpool strengthen.
But which is why I like the way that we structure our contracts.
Okay, go on. Speak on that. Elaborate.
Because for those that don't know, we were listening and stuff like that, Liverpool are basically, you've got a base rate, which is Salah will be on 200,000, Van Dijk 200,000, and then you get performance-related bonuses, which is why we had the highest wage bill in the Premier League last year.
Because it was due to performance.
Yeah.
Yes.
So for example, you'll have a David De Gea on a 350,000. Salah after his bonuses was on about 450.
Yeah.
So
see, that's a healthier model because it's earned.
Exactly. So
when he's not in form, he's not going to be getting it. Exactly.
So which is why I feel more confident going into the season with them kind of business model in place than if it was just a 350. Do you know what I mean? Because he's just getting that anyway. Whereas we've got performance-related bonuses, so it's like you've got to perform to get them bonuses. So that gives you that extra motivation. Do you know what I mean? Especially for a Mane, a Salah who give back to the community so much, back in Egypt, do you know what I mean? So it's like Africa. It means everything to them to give back.
I get what you say. Nah, I fully get what you're saying. So it will be interesting. I think it is from a Liverpool standpoint. I'm looking at it, if I was a Liverpool fan, we have the template to be successful, to win the Premier League, win Champions Leagues. I don't think you're that far. I think you just need to invest in a couple of quality players, and that kicks them on again.
I think.
Go on.
I think really and truly, and I said this on a previous show, an injury to a Van Dijk, an injury to a Salah, and don't get me wrong, you could say this about a lot of other teams.
Yes.
But other teams may have not replacements of the same level, but adequate replacements, or the replace. It's not like, see, for me with Liverpool, your spine is so strong. There's see, sometimes having a spine like that is so strong that if one of them do come out, it will have a more adverse effect. It will have a bigger effect. So for me, a Van Dijk having to be replaced by a Joe Gomez, even though Gomez is an excellent player, it's not Van Dijk. That's one of those things where it's do you know, like, if Van Dijk's not playing, that's for the opposition team, that in the tunnel or that in the changing room,
it's a big lift.
That is like you might as well say you've give them a boost. You've give them not just a boost, like you boosted their ego. They might be coming to Anfield thinking, oh, you know what, this is going to be a hard day. They hear that, they've got hope. You've given them hope. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, maybe having don't like comparing players and that, but maybe a Maguire being out for United. A Maguire being out for United isn't the same as a Van Dijk being out for Liverpool. Do you get what I mean?
Yes,
because
I get what you're saying.
The person who's going to replace Maguire probably isn't that far behind him in terms of ability. Do you get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
And like, it's the same. Like, all right, then if, like, I know, don't get me wrong, I know that Liverpool managed to beat big teams without having star players like they did with Barcelona.
I'll go on to a comment here because Jaden, because he's another regular watcher, he says the players are motivated for this season and know what it means to go back-to-back leagues as they go down in history. It builds the team's legacy. They know what's at stake this year. See, that's the million-dollar question, because we've seen great teams before this Liverpool side not win leagues. I've seen two fantastic Arsenal sides, one that went unbeaten, not retain titles. It's very, very tough.
But here's the thing. This is where that can go both ways.
Yeah, go on.
So your work, you want to, you're so motivated for the season and you want to do it so hard and so much. You put in so much effort. You could end up running yourself into the ground.
True.
Do you get what I'm saying? You could end up getting an injury.
Yeah.
You could end up in a position like a Rashford where he knows he's got an injury, but he's playing because he wants to. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
And honestly, I think that Liverpool are in big trouble if I won't be surprised a lot of this season if you see Salah, if Liverpool are winning 2-0, Salah comes off. Or if you know what I mean?
That's something that Klopp has done in the past.
Yeah,
He'll be able to tell us Liverpool.
He does that a lot.
Management.
Yeah, he does that a lot.
That
Like,
seems to happen.
you see Mane get frustrated because it's 60 minutes with 3-0 up and Mane's coming up and Mane's like, why, what's going more goals?
Yeah, do you get what I mean?
But it's like, because, and this is the thing with Klopp. Klopp likes a small squad. He doesn't like a big squad. Klopp because he's a proper man manager, and you can see the difference between his style and Pep's style. You see it all the time when he's coming onto the pitch and he's giving players a hug and stuff like that. Like, he's a proper man manager, so he likes a smaller squad in. We'll come on to movements in and out later on in the show, but just touching on the point I was initially saying was I wasn't happy with the Curtis Jones substitution.
Why was you not happy with it?
With, 3-2 up at the point?
Okay.
There's 25 minutes to go. You need experience at that point. You bring a Milner on. You don't bring a Curtis Jones on who's young, who's full of energy, because it's like, and listen, this isn't me to question Klopp, because I understand why he did it, because Curtis Jones can keep hold of the ball. So from a tactical point of view, I can understand it, but given the fact that they're going to throw everything at it at this point, you bring Milner on.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
You see, Milner sees it out, whereas Jones is always going to see that as an opportunity.
Milner does a tactical foul before they get the ball in.
Yeah.
And it gets played into Klitsch, and then that doesn't happen.
Jones is going to see that as an opportunity.
Speaking of that, I just want to give credit to Leeds for their goals as well, especially that Klitsch finish. Jesus.
That was a finish. That was such a finish. Even my son, he was like 8, and he was like, wow, that was a good volley.
How are you not talking about the Jack Harrison one?
Oh,
that was...
We don't get to that. There's just the fact that you mentioned it at that time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, that one sticks out in my mind. But yeah, of course, as well. Yeah, the Jack Harrison one as well is the same, like, quality pass by Phillips. That's a quality pass.
But the thing is, for me, you see with the Harrison one, and I think this is something what Leeds might have. Maybe a lot of people haven't watched Leeds. maybe a lot of people haven't. They're
Sheffield
thinking,
United-esque.
Yes. Who's Jack
To be fair,
Harrison?
that's what Klopp said in the build-up. He was like, "There's not many teams." He was like, "I've not managed to watch a lot of him, so for a lot of the players, they don't fully understand him."
Yeah.
Whereas I watch Leeds, so I know exactly what the strengths and weaknesses are.
I said that kid was I said that Jack Harrison kid was a player when I seen him go to New York City from Man, because he's from City.
Yeah, he's Man City.
Okay.
He's still on loan. He's still on loan
he's
from
still
him.
on loan?
Yeah.
Well,
They've had to extend the loan for another year because they've had to buy the likes of Costa, and obviously they've had to buy Rodrigo
Yes.
and players like that. So they've extended his loan for another year.
Don't be surprised. I don't know. I remember they had that Patrick Roberts a few years ago, and I don't know what they've done with him because he seemed like
He was
a
at
very good
Wigan
player.
at some point.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be too surprised if he maybe gets a tiny chance at City because he's just things like that. Pep will be looking at that like, wait, if he can do that, if he can go to Anfield and do that in a lesser team, what could I maybe do with him? But yeah,
Look at it.
Helder Costa as well. I was very surprised when he even went, when Wolves let go of him, because he was Wolves' standout player, getting him to the Prem.
Yeah, he was the head of the pecking order from Traore.
Yeah, Traore didn't play. You know what I'm saying? Traore was, if anything, Traore was bought as a backup to him. You know what I mean? And things happen quickly in football. But even the way Leeds played, it was like I said before. That has to be now the blueprint. Take it to him. Take the game to Liverpool. I'm not saying you're going to do that you're not going to score 3 against them every time you take it to him, but you've shown maybe how to play against them. And like I said, it's not going to work every time, but you've given some direction, because then if you can marry that up with another principle that you might have, you might be able to get a win. Because for me, maybe if you look at one thing I say as well, to be honest, I don't know if that was a penalty, that first one.
I think by the letter of the law, it's a penalty.
By the letter of the law, it's a penalty, but for me, I said it's not a penalty.
Yeah,
because it's unfair, and they need to change that rule.
He can't move his hand there.
Yeah, because once it hits off his thigh, how's he meant to move his hand that quick? I'm sorry, I'm a Liverpool fan. I said straight away, although by the letter of the law, it's a penalty. For me, that should never be given.
That's the issues.
Common sense has to come into it somewhere.
Yeah. And that's where the issues lie. Is the ref? You can't criticize the ref because he's done his job. The ref's done his job because by the letter of the law, it's a penalty.
This is why they need to start using the VAR. Because
that being said, we'll get onto it later, but I seen VAR work
used properly for the first time.
For the first time. It's funny that, isn't it?
It was at Crystal
Palace. But the problem is, if he went to VAR, that penalty would still stand because of the letter of the law. So the law needs changing. That's the problem.
For me, like, I understand the whole handball thing. For me, handball should be when you see someone deliberately go and move towards the ball. For me, that ball, if you look how quick.
Yeah, look at the pace he's traveling. There's no way that he's purposely got his
hand. Yeah, he's not put his hand out to block that in that amount of time. If he has, he's in the wrong spot. He needs to go play baseball or cricket or something. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of them.
There is something I want to get onto.
Yeah, before you get onto that, let me just give a shout out to some of the people in the comments as well. Salute to everybody who's watching, whether you're watching live on YouTube or you're listening via more traditional ways and listening on DAB radio. So Georgiev, as always, says big up people. Won't be able to make today's show, but I hope it goes well. Salute to you, Georgiev.
Bless Georgiev.
Jaden said yes. How's it going? Salute to Jaden. Stefan says big up guys as well. Martin says still think Sancho coming to OT. We will get into that. He said love came from Saeed's stream. Shout out to Saeed. Make sure you go follow United.
Yeah, make sure.
We'll be trying to get Saeed on soon in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Definitely try and get him on. Aiden Andrew says big up. Yeah, man. So salute to everyone locked in. Please make sure you hit the like button. Because the like button, the like button is not matching the viewers at this moment in time. So hit the like button and subscribe to the Pi Radio YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? But go on strong.
Right, 2 things. 1, 2 out of the front 3 looked unplayable for Liverpool.
Salah and Mane.
Salah particularly.
Okay.
I think if anything, no Salah that day. No Salah, Mo Salah. But without Salah that day, just don't win.
So he's a 1, 2, 3, 4 season wonder, Mo Salah now.
4 season.
Like let's be honest, because he was called a 1 season wonder. Then he did it again the next year, and it was like then he did it again last year, and now he started this season on the house on fire. But someone who hasn't, who does deserve criticism, is Roberto Firmino.
Yeah,
because
I said that in the comments.
Because I am not being funny, right? I am going to talk you through the 2 chances. He gets slipped in, right? Keeper's coming. all he's got to do is dink it with his right foot and it goes in.
Yeah.
And he tries to square it.
Okay.
Straight away, I'm thinking that's not a striker's instinct. I've said from day one he's not a striker.
He's a number
So then,
10.
so yeah, so
Nah,
then,
he's not even a 10, you know.
so then I'm gonna
What do
come.
you think he is?
No
Sorry to cut
disrespect,
you off.
I'm not even joking. I honestly think he's a central midfielder. I honestly think he could play in a 3-man midfield and be the one who goes forward and be the attacking threat
like
in a
an 8?
3-man. Yeah,
Okay.
I honestly think he, and this is no disrespect, this is me being absolutely serious. Everyone knows I'm not his biggest fan. But there's sometimes when I watch him, things like that, what Stroll's saying, I'd expect that from an 8. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You'd expect
I'm a
that.
6 or 8. I'd probably do that.
Do you understand where I'm coming from? Like, there's not the instinct.
Yes.
There's not that, you literally see, all right then, if you look at it, Salah's not a striker. Mane is not a striker.
No.
They have killer instinct.
Yes.
You know, that they have that thing about them what Ronaldo has, where you play where you are on the pitch. If they are out wide, they will do that wide role. If they are in the middle, you know what I'm saying? They literally, once they're in that 18-yard box, they're killer. It's
Killer instinct
it's
kicks in.
cutthroat. Yeah.
Yeah, go on, Stroll.
Yeah,
Continue
so,
what you were
so, so
saying.
there's that one, and then it's the one where Salah slips in through, and he's 1-on-1, and all he's got to do is just roll his left foot straight, like literally just straight, and he rolls it in the bottom corner. He toe pokes it back where the defender's coming from, and this is 3-3 at this point, 85th minute. If this is against Manchester United and we're away at Old Trafford, and that could clinch the goal, I'm sorry. This is my problem with him, and he's not clinical enough, and he's not got that killer instinct. And you see it. I watch every game of Liverpool. I can literally name you 7 games last season where Klopp has moved him into the number 10. Oxlade-Chamberlain's come onto the right. Mane has gone to the left, and Salah's gone as the number 9 because he needs someone with a killer instinct.
I think he might even have to drop him. You know, I think he might have to drop him because that, you know, sometimes when you get dropped, it
shakes you up.
It shakes you up. It sends you. He knows he's. You know what it is. He knows no matter how bad, not how bad, but he knows no matter what he starts. Do you get where I'm coming from? And I'm not saying that in a. This ain't a shot at Liverpool.
You're not saying it in a bad way.
Yeah,
It's
this
just
isn't me having. This isn't me talking as a United fan. This is me talking as someone who loves football.
Yeah.
I am a football fan first. I was a football fan before I was a Manchester United fan. I'll say that proudly and wholeheartedly. You get what I mean? I am a football man. I can sit there. I sat there and watched that match. I didn't watch that match as a United fan. I watched that match as a football fan.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? I'm a football person. For me, he is someone who could potentially cost Liverpool this season, and I'm not saying it.
Exactly my point.
Do you get what I'm saying? Those types of chances. All right, then, like say for instance, that penalty, what he's got to win it. There's some refs who just don't give that, and we're debating it on the show today.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
I think it was a penalty.
No, I think it was, but you know what I'm saying, innit? We've
Yeah,
seen it
yeah,
before.
yeah.
It's like, oh, come on, mate. That could not be a penalty, and it's 1-1.
Yeah,
I mean, sorry, and it's 3-3.
Yeah, true.
And then that's a totally different game. Then that's everyone slating Liverpool.
And then everyone looks at Firmino's misses, and listen,
Yeah,
you
the
two
second
know.
one was a worse one as well.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. But you two know me. I'm all the way through. Like, if someone from Liverpool needs criticising, regardless if I'm a Liverpool fan, I'm criticising them because I want the best for my team.
Yes.
Firmino needs to be looked at and questioned.
Yeah.
But then obviously people are going to come back to me like, well, he's the reason why you're front for your ticks, and I get that. But he needs to do more in front of
You know
goal.
what it is?
That's why I think. Sorry to cut you off. I think it's perfect if. Obviously, you didn't sign Werner, but if you sign Werner and then you drop Firmino in a 10, it's just a better outfit going forward.
Yeah, so then this comes on to my next point.
Yeah.
The club aren't doing enough.
Okay, go on, elaborate on it.
You know what? Just before you
It's
start,
just great to get honesty from another fan who's not a Manchester United fan speaking about Manchester United, because you're a Liverpool fan speaking honestly about Liverpool, saying you're not doing enough, even with the success you've had.
that's refreshing,
on.
though.
Yes.
There's many fans who will not,
Yes.
who will have that burning in their heart,
Yeah.
and it will never pass their lips. So yeah, go on, bro.
No, because this is my problem, right? And listen, I understand it because I can name you. So Klopp wants to get rid of players before he signs players because, like I said, he likes a small squad. So at the moment, he's got Harry Wilson back. I'll name you our midfielders, for example.
Go on.
Henderson, Keita, Milner, Wijnaldum, Curtis Jones, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Marco Grujic, Harry Wilson. So there's what? 11?
Oh yeah.
11? So there's 11 midfielders, yeah?
There you go.
Right? I think it's 11. I might have counted wrong. But anyway, it's double digits, right?
Yeah.
So, for example, he wants to get rid of Gruitch, he wants to get rid of Harry Wilson. He also wants to get rid of Shaqiri, who can also go into that midfield as well. So there's another midfielder, right? My problem is, bring people in and then focus on getting people out. Don't stall and wait in the transfer market and then let other teams capitalise on you stalling, because it winds me up. So, for example, you've got Ismail Sarr there, who wants to join Liverpool. Mane is his idol. We literally need squad depth in the attacking front three.
Yeah.
Ismail Sarr, look what he did to us last season. He is a perfect...
That is probably the one spot in that team, like I said, between that and centre-back.
That and centre-back, but what I think we're forgetting as well is, because they have such a... I think centre-mid. I think if you put a creative...
I'm coming on to that in a sec.
Yeah. If you put... Go on, I don't want to... Yeah, go on, Stro.
No, so then you've got...
I agree with you.
So then you've got Sarr. So then, for example, if Firmino isn't doing it, you can put Sarr on the right.
Yes.
You can put Salah up front, or you can put Mane up front and put Sarr on the other side.
Yes, this is what I'm trying.
So this is my issue. Yeah, just go and get it done. I don't care who you have to sell. Sell them afterwards. Get them in the door.
Do you know what I think you could even do? 1 second, not to cut you off. I think, you know what, yous would be so deadly, and I think it's being overlooked. A front two. Salah and Mane dovetailing. That for
What did
me.
you say? Dovetailing?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yo, man, I'm trying to think.
Nah, that's an old school saying.
Old
I've just
school.
not heard
It's
that.
like you know what it is? That's a Cole and York.
Yeah,
Remember how York
dovetailing.
used to go behind Cole?
Yeah.
They start like this,
Yeah.
next to each other, but then it will go like this.
I've just never heard that in a football.
Yo,
It says
man,
we'll go
you get me, bro.
continue. Yeah,
See
you
what
do
I'm
your thing.
I'm doing
Yo,
right
I
thing,
understood it straight away, man.
That's that for me. Them two like that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? With maybe this is where they're missing a trick. If you do that and you have a Oxlade-Chamberlain on, and maybe someone like a Milner as well. So check this. All right, then I'll put it to you like this. You have Oxlade-Chamberlain on the left. You have Milner on the right. He's not really on the right because he's just covering for Trent, because Trent's going to do his mad thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I get you.
That would allow two of the... Basically, no, let's be honest. If we're being honest, that would be the deadliest front two in maybe possibly Europe. And I mean not just through ability, but I mean consistency. They're two of the most consistent players now in world football over the 2-3 years.
They are minimums on their bad days. Sure, you'll be able to correct me if I'm wrong. 7 out of 10s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, I'd say, you know what?
Even on their bad days.
Bro, I'd say 8s because they affect the game.
Yeah, they always like Salah can
actually go missing.
Salah can have
Salah
that's
can
what I'm
go
saying.
missing.
Salah can go
Yeah,
missing.
you know what? I'll give it.
And then score 2 goals though.
Yes.
Like you're saying about having an effect. Like even on his worst days, you're still scoring or assisting. Where it's like if you watch the full game, Mane might not have been at his best, but you always believe something's gonna happen.
Mane is one of them. Mane will maybe not be at his best, but he'll get an assist as well. He'll get a goal. He'll get a goal and assist. Whereas Salah will stand out because it's most likely if Salah's affecting the games, it's goals.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? So for me, I'm just saying, but he might have to work on a system where he has them too, and he likes that workman like midfield. So do that.
But this is what I'm saying. though. There's options if you like what you said there, playing them up to if they did go and sign the side. Like I'm saying, to me, I think it's really an easy fix for Liverpool.
It
it's
is.
just if
It's
the ball's
the
going to be back.
simplest
I think
fix.
it's a simple fix. It's
If
not
they
tough.
just need the resources.
I think they only need. And they don't even need. I'm not even saying they need to go and spend 90, 100 million on 3 world-class players. I just think they need a little bit more.
So-
quality.
So here's the point.
Give you this, though. What do you think about that Wilson?
Harry Wilson?
Yeah.
I don't think he's good enough for Liverpool.
No.
No.
Do you not even as someone to come off the bench?
No.
No. Okay. No, I just wanted to know.
I think he's got brilliant moments,
Yeah.
but they were brilliant moments for Bournemouth, and they
Yeah.
were mainly set pieces. So it's like it's a different level. And listen, so there's a saying in football which is you'll get your money back in shirt sales, right?
Yeah.
We've all heard it. We've all said it from time to time. That's not actually technically true. So football teams will get a flat fee from an Adidas, for example. Manchester United, you get 70 million as a flat fee. You then sell your rights to that shirt to Adidas. So any money that's made is made by Adidas. Liverpool, on the other hand, this season, actually, if we sell the shirts, we'll get the money back.
Oh, right. So the deal they've done.
Because
is not
we've
like
done a deal
license.
where we get a 35 million flat fee, which is less than what New Balance were paying us, but then we get a percentage of every sale.
That's the
Nike.
old school way, though. That's the old school.
No, it was never. It was
Was it
always,
never?
yeah, it was never.
Okay.
So this is what I'm saying. So
So
Liverpool
you
have
have
gone into-
actually done what everyone thought it was.
Yeah.
Right, I'm with you.
So then this is
Okay.
my point. So then you look at, so we get I think it's either 30% of every Nike Liverpool sale. So that's everything from shirts to hats to scarves, Nike memorabilia, everything. Which is why you then see LeBron James going to a Lakers game in a Liverpool shirt. It's why you then see Skip Bayless in a Liverpool shirt. It's why you then see Drake.
Who's that?
It's the ESPN presenter.
Yeah, he's you know what? No, I laugh because he's one of the controversial guys over there. He makes controversial statements. Skip Bayless. That's
exactly.
I can't watch ESPN, but that's another.
So then that's why you then see Drake, Serena Williams in Liverpool shirts.
Yes.
So when you hear the term, you can make your transfer money back in a shirt sale. Liverpool actually can this season.
They can do that.
You're telling me if you get a Thiago in, you're not going to make that back?
Or
yes, you will.
Even when I say in a Thiago, if you buy Sarr, that Sarr from Watford, probably one of the biggest young talents in African football, you get that money. You're not buying. You're not having to buy an Mbappe. I'm telling you now, and because it's Nike as well, the whole of Senegal buy that shirt, and then surrounding African countries buy that shirt. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. All the African man will buy that shirt because it's one of the man them, type of thing. You get what I'm saying? So that's a missed opportunity because I didn't know that.
Yeah, that
for me, that's a big. Even if you go and buy a. Like, now, the Minamino makes sense. Now, the Minamino, that makes sense. That makes hella sense,
You
bro.
just sound like a garage MC.
That makes hella sense. So there's a lot of players where...
Minamino.
Like,
sorry.
All right, then even that Greek brother, they've just bought... That makes sense. The left back, that makes sense.
Yeah, and the players we're talking about, when you add Sarr and Thiago, not only do they make sense in terms of shirt sales and financially and commercially for Liverpool, on the pitch, Thiago makes a world of difference. And Liverpool have someone who's creative in that midfield.
I'm not going to lie.
It just gives you something else to attack. If their fullbacks get shut down, he's just another
option. But Flo, it's not even that. There's an argument where if you put Thiago in that game against Leeds, one, we keep hold of the ball. We don't lose the ball as much. Mm-hmm. Secondly, we don't get caught out defensively because our fullbacks aren't bombing on because the creativity comes from the man in the field, which means we're better defensively. So I don't... Listen, FSG... Let me talk to you for a minute. I ain't buying. I refuse to buy the whole we have not got any money in this transfer window, right?
25 mil.
Listen, it's 65 million for the both of them.
Wow.
You are honestly going to sit there and tell any Liverpool fan that you don't have the money. All right then, Champions League money, TV money. I understand that we've lost a hell of a lot of money when it comes to matchday revenue. I get that. You can make that back if you do the transfers from the shirt sales because we get a percentage from the shirt sales. So when you're here, you can make that money back in shirt sales. It actually means something this time.
Even if you sell them players, you're talking about what's his name, Grujic, however you say it, and Wilson.
Grujic, Wilson, Brewster. There's 45 million straight away.
More than that. Brewster's English and he's a striker. You'd probably get about 30 million for him.
So 50. So it's 20 million for Sheffield United is what we're talking about at the minute.
What for Brewster?
To Sheffield United, yeah.
Okay.
Harry Wilson looks like he's either going to Leeds or Newcastle. There's 15 to 20 million on the table there.
There you go.
Right? But this is what I'm saying because of the coronavirus, yeah. So there's the money straight away. You know you're going to get it at some point. Just bring them in.
Yeah.
I do not want to see another story of Thiago being linked with United because let's be honest, this is the way it's happened and this is what's going to happen. United have obviously seen Thiago's available. You don't go to the club straight away, which is the reason why the Sancho deal's taken so long. You go directly to the agent. You say, what's going on? The agent turns around and goes, look, he's got his heart set on Liverpool. Liverpool have agreed this, and this. But there's a problem. Liverpool are stalling. Exactly like the Werner thing. You might be able to get in. If you do get in, what are you offering? Bang. United then have agreed terms with him. They're not technically agreed terms, but they've said, look, if this doesn't happen, then you can do this, and we're happy to move to United. Do you know what I mean? So that's the situation we're in. Quit stalling.
Yeah.
Quit the stalling.
To be honest, I don't get why this is even a story. And and this is not me even saying at Liverpool. This is every club at this moment. How many clubs are you telling me have not got 25 million to part with to get Thiago? That is one of the most baffling people being available.
Yes.
I've heard about for a long time.
It's extremely baffling, which lets you know either there's some bad negotiating going on in terms of, I'm talking about not Liverpool specifically or United specifically, just teams in general, or something wages or agents, because like you said, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're just missing the trick, because to me, I put Thiago in the same bag as Thomas Partey.
I'm saying I'm surprised even a PSG hasn't gone, all right, it's 30.
How do you not go and get two players of this caliber we're talking about? We're not talking about average players. These are top class players who have done it.
But that's
at
like the best
level.
For that position. That's like the cream of the crop.
Yeah, if you want a more deep line creative player, you go and get Thiago. If you want a holding midfielder who's gonna destruct, and can play a little bit. You go get Partey, and the thing is, even if it goes wrong, it's not like these players are extremely expensive. None of them are 80, 90 million.
Yeah.
Partey, we're talking 50 million.
Speaking of a defensive midfielder, this is why I need to keep the same energy and the same smoke. This is a problem I have.
Go on.
So, here's the thing, right? If we perform on the pitch commercially, you've seen it with the Nike deal, you've seen it with every other deal. We broke the kit record.
Yeah.
So ours is going to be 85 to 90 million is what we're making, which is the highest in British history. There's a reason for that, because commercially we're the best team at the moment. So you're going to make more money from it. So if you want to make more money as a business, spend a bit of money. So I've said the same thing about Ed Woodward, and commercially how if you just go and get that deal done and you perform on the pitch, commercially you'll get more money in the long term.
Yes.
Here's my problem. There's another area that we need to strengthen, because a certain Dejan Lovren's gone. He's talking about going into the season with Fabinho as a fourth centre-back. I gave City all the smoke when he did that with Fernandinho. I ain't comfortable with that. Here's the problem. I understand that you did it in one Champions League game and you kept Lewandowski quiet. That's great. You're not going to do that in the Premier League. This ain't Germany.
Not week in, week out. This ain't Germany.
Listen, you have just watched Pep Guardiola last season throw away the title by doing the exact same stupidness. What are you playing at as a club?
Yeah,
how can you not see that? And listen, I don't care if any top Liverpool pundit, if any top Liverpool fan, whatever, needs to come at me, because I'm ready for this argument.
No,
at the end of the day, I want Liverpool to succeed. You do not go into the season with Fabinho as your fourth choice centre back, because that ruins the whole midfield integrity.
I'm telling you now.
Because Fabinho is quality.
I'm
telling you now.
He's top quality.
I'm telling you now. If that actually happens,
Yeah.
I'm telling you now. This is how the world works. Never mind football.
Yeah,
this is how the world works. If they do that, Van Dijk gets injured like a week after the window ends.
Like
you know what I mean?
Like Laporte getting injured for the period.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you, it will happen. Or something mad will happen. Like, yeah, you do that. Fabinho gets injured first. Then Van Dijk gets injured.
Yes.
And then you've not got, you know what I'm saying?
And then people are putting the spotlight on it more, because until Stroll just mentioned that, then I had no idea.
Yeah, I didn't. Because then, if you think about it, then who's, so fourth centre-back, just run it down for me. It'll be Van Dijk, Gomez.
Matip,
yeah, that's the other one I couldn't think of, sorry.
Yeah,
see, all right then, I'm telling you now, if they go into a top game, with a Matip and
Fabinho, for instance.
That's shaky, bro.
Yeah, so then here's the point. It's like, so here's the thing. He's got two kids in the academy which he loves who are centre backs, which is, or there's three. There's Sepp van der Berg, there's Kijana Hoover. Last season he's Dutch, and then you've got, we call him Billy the Kid because he's only just come in, but he's a monster.
Which one's that?
He's the young one who's just played this pre-season. He's insane. But he's not ready for. None of them are ready for Premier League football. You cannot go in. You cannot go into a season defending the title. Defending the title with players like that.
You won't try and win it with players like that.
Which is my whole problem with when he brought Curtis Jones on. There's a time and a place to bring Curtis Jones on. That isn't the time and the place.
No.
Curtis Jones is when you're 2-3-0 up.
Yeah, not when it's 3-2 against a Leeds United who are pressing.
Yeah.
Like a team who's taking the game to you. It's not like you know what it is. Sometimes you can be 3-2 up and that works.
But you're kind of dominating.
Do you know, like that 3-2 breaks the other team down. Like you score that goal and they've gone, oh.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But that was 3-2 and they were still going for it. Do you get what I'm saying? There's a difference.
Yeah, what you're saying. Because I'm just looking at the comments, because it's weird that you mentioned it, Stroll, because Aidan Andrews there says, Stroll, top Reds are going to be on you with a laughing emoji. He says, but he also said, Bobby never been a killer, but since last season, especially at Anfield, shaking my head. Bobby's decision making was poor in front of goal. Salah was unplayable with his goals in all-round game. Mane left me wanting a bit more in terms of creating chances. That was Jaden who said that. So yeah, like I said, like I always say to you each and every week, if you're new, I will try and get to all the comments, but of course I can't get to all of the comments, you know what I'm saying? So if you do drop a super chat, we'll stop the conversation we have going on and speak about whatever topic you brought up. But yeah, salute to Josh as well. He said, "Big up, fellas."
My guy,
big
Josh.
up, man.
He says Don Brown is gonna be a player. But you make a point. So then, judging by your tone, before we move on to this, because I picked City to win the league this year. Who do you have, JV? Just quickly, who do you reckon is gonna win the league this year?
United.
No, you don't think United.
I do.
So you reckon Ollie's gonna lift the Premier League title?
Forget Ollie, bro. United's gonna.
So that must mean that you think Ollie's gonna win it. All right, who do you think's coming second?
I think it's right. I'll put it to you like this.
Yeah, go on.
The top four
Yes.
will be Manchester United,
Yes.
Liverpool, City, and Chelsea.
I agree with that.
And I think it can be in any order.
Right. So you think any order?
But I think
I strongly disagree with that.
No. I honestly believe
United, I've got a strong feeling we're gonna carry some of that lockdown form. If we can translate that form into the beginning of the season, because I've seen our running, it's not that bad. If we can do that, yeah. And when I say we, I'm talking about the players, yeah.
Because you don't rate the manager.
I'm talking about the players.
Yeah, I know.
I'm talking about the addition of Van der Beek alongside Pogba, Fernandes.
Yeah.
That's strong, bro.
Okay.
I honestly believe.
So you're basically saying any four. All right, so if you had to choose one, if you had a grand to put on one of them, let's say hypothetically, who you choosing out of
I'll
four?
put a bag of sand on United right now.
Okay.
But I ain't doing that in
Stroke.
lockdown. Then.
Yeah, obviously. Stroke.
We're favourites.
Your
But-
favourites?
Yeah, but this is
I
my
hear that.
problem.
But who? So do you reckon Liverpool are going to retain though? Is what I'm asking. What's your prediction?
I trust in. The thing is, we've not bought anyone for the past 4 transfer windows. So based on that, I kind of trust it.
Okay.
But I have serious issues because I keep the same energy, whether it's talking about Manchester City, United, Liverpool. You've just literally seen the blueprint of how to throw a title away, and you are about to copy the exact same blueprint.
And
Do you know what it is though?
That added into, sorry to cut you off,
Go on.
JV, added into, I think City have a massive chip on their shoulder. I think they're going to come back with a vengeance.
Nah, I don't.
I think they have a massive
Nah.
chip.
You know what it was?
I think
You
Pep
see,
is
for me,
hurting. The players are hurting.
He is hurting, but you see, honestly, you have to look at it now. So let's look at it like this: that spine, which has brought City so much success. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone.
So we'll say Company, we'll say Silva,
Yeah.
and we'll say Aguero.
Yes.
I know Aguero's still there, but Aguero is not Aguero. Too many injuries now.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong; he'll probably still score 20+ Premier League goals.
Yeah,
Do you know what
without
I'm saying?
question.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Without question.
But he's not going to be that same player. He's gonna. We've seen when he's out for long periods.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of clinicalness in that team now.
I hear what you're saying. Obviously, taking him out does take an effect, but I still believe, even without obviously companies not been there, Silva leaving is a hit. Even though I do believe Foden's quality, they still have De Bruyne, they still have Sterling, they still have Mahrez. Like I reckon the players.
Yeah,
like,
but they had that last season.
Yeah,
They're gonna have that last
checkbook
season.
thing.
But what it was, yeah, and adding to the checkbook, they had that last season. But the difference is that they hadn't been embarrassed. They got embarrassed last season by you lot.
But this is
No.
what I think.
They got
They
him.
No. They didn't get embarrassed by
They
us
embarrassed
lot. They got
themselves.
embarrassed by you lot. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer lost less games than Pep Guardiola.
This is what I'm saying. Like regardless of who embarrassed them, that's just embarrassing for
Nah, you know what it is?
for somebody for a manager of his caliber and players of that caliber. I guarantee all the times Pep has finished second, whether it be at Barcelona, Bayern Munich, I think he won every season. He's there. What I'm saying is every time he's not won a league title, if you total up all them points, it probably wasn't as many as they were behind you. Like he's gonna. I really think they're coming back with a vengeance.
Nah, because of how many points it was. I look at it from a different point of view. I've been in changing rooms where we've been league titles or league champions, and then we've lost the season by about 8 or 9 points, and it's disheartening, and it really hurts. And it's like you can't. This is where you would judge the mentality from Manchester City, right? They've not got a Vincent Kompany in there first and foremost, which is what they missed. They've not got an Aguero in there, who was a lead by example. And it's like Sane's a big character. Ferran Torres isn't gonna replace. Do you know what I mean? De Bruyne is kind of a leader, but he's not a proper leader.
Ake's not Company, fam.
Yeah,
Foden's
Ake's
not
not Kompany.
Silva. So what you have to realise is the squad what they had last year, which done so badly, has effectively been weakened. The replacements, what you've got to replace.
You take out, obviously taking out Silva, of course. There's no replacement for Silva.
For me,
You
if
can't
they
go and
lost
get
Silva, for me, them losing Silva.
it's a big hit.
But
of
here's
course.
the thing: why are they not looking at Thiago like, what?
Because
Let me just get him in now.
He turned City
You understand what
down.
I'm saying?
Well, that's an interesting. I think Thiago is one of them.
He
Like,
turns
Sorry,
City
the
down.
whole Pep connection as well.
yeah,
Right.
it is. I just think that they're gonna like. I like to believe that someone who is as great a manager as Pep Guardiola has fight in him. I can't believe that you are just gonna take what Liverpool did to you lying down. You have to
Well, he did.
come back.
He took me
No.
lying down from how early in the season.
Yeah, he took
From
it lying down.
November.
Like I'm saying, that's last season. You can take L's. What I'm saying is now the L has been confirmed. It's like okay, now we're back this season. Chip on our shoulder, like
But here's the problem.
Yeah.
So you can have that chip on your shoulder all you want. Let's analyse your squad for a minute.
Yeah.
Benjamin Mendy says hello to someone, gets injured.
I thought you was gonna actually go somewhere. with
No.
that.
But let's be honest. Benjamin Mendy is injury prone. You've then got who as a backup? Zinchenko. That's not a good backup, right?
That isn't a good
So
backup.
then you look at the 4 centre backs. You've got 50 million John Stones.
Yeah, we know John Stones is not
Right.
good enough.
You've then got Otamendi,
We know he's not good enough.
right? So then you've bought Ake.
Yeah.
And Laporte. So
I think Ake-
wait
yeah,
a second. So them two are going to be your 2 starting centre backs, right?
Yes.
Who's going to play right centre backs? They're both left-footed.
Here's the thing though, because I think where this came from is teams playing out the back. I've seen so many right-footed 2 centre backs who were right-footed and be successful. It's
But
kind
do
of
you know what it says to me?
Go on.
I honestly think he's going to be free at the back this season.
Exactly what
and
my point was.
Him going free at the back definitely shows that, all right, I'm going to change it. I'm going to go again. I just really think they're coming back with a vengeance.
I
I
think
can
he's-
see City absolutely battering teams.
No.
Like,
I don't think
really
you're wrong.
can see them battering
I don't think
teams.
you're wrong, and I think this is why that whole Ferran Torres, because Ferran Torres is an attacking winger, but he's a Jesus Navas type of winger. You feel me? He's not a.
But he's more,
He's byline and cross.
right, he's more
He's a
traditional.
wing.
That's what
He's
I was
an
gonna say.
actual winger.
Yes, yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? He's going to. Don't get me wrong. He can do that whole thing, but his more thing is a winger. So this is where I think he might be going with us. Ultra attacking, free at the back and wingers type situation. But for me, I think they're weaker than last year. I think Jesus isn't what they thought he was going to be. I think.
Sterling's still missing big
You have to
chances.
remember at one point,
I think Sterling always will.
man was saying Jesus was Aguero's ready-made replacement.
Yes,
He's
and,
not.
and that's a bit.
He's not ready to replace Aguero in a cup game.
He's not ready to replace Firmino in the Brazil national squad. Let's not like me being salty or anything. Let's
That's
just
true.
how
Go on.
how is a man who hasn't scored a Premier League goal at home all season to the last game of the season still starting ahead of you in the Brazil national team?
That's true, and that's on the Brazilian international manager and what is going on there. One thing big component we are missing though is Laporte's back, and he's vital for them.
Yes, but Laporte, as we've seen with Laporte,
He's vital for them.
he's vital, but he's very injury prone.
Well, see, before obviously you got the long injury that took him out from like up until January, February. Has he been injured a lot before that?
Yeah, he was
I don't
injured
know.
at Bilbao
before
quite
that?
a bit.
Was it okay? So it'd be interesting to see. I think he is vital because I think not only does Laporte coming in strengthen him, then that puts Fernandinho back into a holding midfield role.
And he's like what now?
Yeah.
He's
I
like
still
40, bro.
Yeah, he is like he's still in mid-30s, but he's still good. He's still technically good enough, and
It's
awareness
legs, though.
is still
It's
good
legs.
enough.
You have to
it's
think
legs.
he must be about now. Honestly, all jokes aside, he must be turning.
He's like
I'm sure he's like 36 now.
Yeah,
He's
something
either
like
30
that.
he-
Unless
30
his legs go completely, I still think he'll be
You
alright.
can't be
But
playing
flawless.
defensive midfielder
Right.
in the Prem at 37, fam.
But if they're coming back with smoke and they've got a chip on the shoulder,
Yeah.
these transfers don't show that to me.
Yes, this is what I'm trying to say.
If you turn around and go Thomas Partey, then I'm thinking, ooh, these mean business. If you go out and get a Koulibaly, ooh, they really mean
They're still
business.
supposedly
Yeah,
interested.
no,
in him,
but
isn't
you know
it?
what? Yeah, but defend. That's not going to do much.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. If they get Koulibaly tomorrow, yeah, and they get another attacking player, and for me, because I know he likes this whole thing of not really having a centre forward, Pep, but their team, the way they roll it across the box, they scream out.
to get a fox in the box.
Yeah, they scream out for that.
I
I've
just
never
really think
understood.
they're coming back. Like I said, Laporte adding in, put Fernandinho back as a holding midfield. I don't think they're done in the transfer window. I do like the signings they made. I think Aki will be, even though I don't think he's a world beater, I think putting him next to Laporte, you'll see better out of him. You'll produce better form. I think players can improve. I think Foden's in there as well.
but
you still got the players that you still got. When you got De Bruyne, you always got a chance just because
He's,
the numbers going to
he's
pop up.
very injury prone though.
So the numbers
If
will
you
pop up.
actually look at their core players, you've got a core of very good players who are quite injury prone.
We'll see.
Their City's best players, Aguero.
Even
De Bruyne.
even Edison's
I mean,
injury
Aguero
prone.
is injury prone. Who?
Even Edison's injury prone.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
We'll
Like Sterling's not very injury prone, but he has his moments in it.
Okay.
But
So-
you know what it is?
Go on.
Sterling has his
Last point on
moments.
it, and we'll move on.
Yeah, Sterling has his moments, but you see, because of how the team is set up, he will always score goals. Do you get what I mean? Someone like a Rashford will get fire for his inconsistency, but you then look at the numbers, and it's like 2 or 3 goals apart.
And that's the same with De Bruyne in terms of, yes, he's injury prone, but look at the numbers he still puts. Like, De Bruyne will still, even in an injury hit season, unless you're out for like 6-7 months, will still put up numbers to help you get a title.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But it's just the fact that they don't now have a Silva. Do you
Silva's
understand?
missing.
What I'm trying to say is,
if De Bruyne is out, you've not got the Silva now.
No,
Do you
don't
understand
have
what I'm
to.
saying?
I get what you're saying.
But here's a quick point. So the reason why I asked the question of who's going to play left centre back, there's a reason why Laporte doesn't get picked for France.
Right.
Because they played him at right centre back before,
Yeah.
and it was horrendous.
Yeah, because I don't think it helps. I feel, like I said, I think people, not you in this instance, overlook that in terms of it depends if you are looking to play out from the back, because we've seen more successful centre back partnerships that have two right footers than a left foot or right
Yeah,
footer.
but
I ain't fussed about it personally,
You know why?
unless
Because it's
you're
simply
playing out
because-
the back, unless you're playing out from the back and how good you are on the ball.
You know why that works to
Go on.
right footers? Because right footers tend to get the use of their left foot. Left footers tend to just only use their
left foot.
And that's where it comes into it. Obviously, I've not watched a lot of Aki, so I'm not sure. And it depends how Pep's going to line up. Is he going to go with three at the back? If he goes with three at the back, that eradicates that problem. I just really don't think that, to me personally, that's an issue for City having two left. If Ake was right footed, I'd still be saying that.
it's a big issue, and I'll tell you,
it's a big issue.
it's a huge issue.
I really don't think so.
I know, I can tell you why it's a huge issue. Ake, when he was at Bournemouth, was predominantly the left centre back.
Yeah.
Laporte, left centre back. Right.
Yeah.
So here's the problem. Naturally, if you've got how can I put it, a Mane
Mm-hmm.
coming in, cutting in on the right,
Yeah.
and he fakes his body and he goes that way. Naturally, if you're a right footer, you're already going down that way anyway, and you can put your foot out and you can easily tackle him.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're left footer, you're going to have to go across your body.
Yes, I know.
All right, so is it not the same if it was on the other side?
No.
because you stick out your left
Just
foot.
think about it. Salah, and then he cuts in. If I'm a left footer, my left foot goes out more naturally. Whereas if I'm a right footer, you have to put your right foot out, and then you're going across your body. As a defender, you don't want to be going across your body.
That's true. But again, like I said, I seriously, I do disagree with that in terms of, I'm looking at City's team, I'm like, to me, that's not a major issue that I'm looking at.
No.
with that.
But my point is,
Go on.
Holland,
Yeah.
France, none of them two play right centre back, and there's a reason, because they can't play right centre back. So if you have to move one of them, that's automatically a disaster because they're not comfortable there.
Laporte, because I've
if
not seen Laporte there often enough or Ake there often enough. I can't say, and it depends on how much defending you're doing. Are you dominating the ball? I'm expecting City to dominate the ball.
I expect City to dominate the ball, but at the
I
same
really don't think they're going to be this bad this season as they were last season. Like, law of averages, even with the quality they have, they ain't going to be as bad as they are. And I think they're hungry again.
And then
I think
here's
that
the
adds into
problem.
it. Go on.
Koulibaly's a left centre back as well.
Is Koulibaly not right? But Koulibaly is right-footed, is he not?
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is he plays on the left.
He plays on the left. I think defenders, centre-backs, I think at that high level you're not comfortably enough, that's the wrong word, but you're able to adapt. Like if he says to, all right, okay, you're going to play
Well,
right-footed.
they do have
They're going to be working. Obviously, you have your favoured side. Like, I think Maguire for United would be better playing as a right-sided centre-back. I think he would definitely be better as a right-sided centre-back. But he can adapt and play on the left-hand side.
Yeah, no, but that's the
And
point.
it depends how often you're playing out and things of that
No,
nature.
but that's the point. Adapt. There's a reason why they don't get picked for their national squads if that's the only place that's left.
I think with Laporte, I think he's just quality in front of him. I don't know about Ake. I think he just has quality.
No, it's not. They played him at right centre back.
And it just didn't work for that one game.
It was not just for one game. There was 3 or 4 games where they trialled it because you had Varane.
But here's the thing, that's where you got it wrong, because like Varane's right footed, so play Varane on the right side. Upamecano's right footed.
No, because that's where he plays with Real Madrid.
Who?
Varane.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is if you're I'm looking at it, if I have a right footed centre back and a left footed centre back, I'm playing the left footed centre back at the left centre back, and I'm sure this makes sense in my head, and the right footed centre back on the right hand side.
Yeah, but
Upamecano's right footed, so play Upamecano as the right footed centre back. To me, that's a manager there who's a Deschamps. You just complicating a simple matter. But true say, having Upamecano and Varane as options, that's a quality too. I don't think many centre backs displace that anyway.
No. What I'm saying is you're kind of missing the point I'm making. Is you look at Real Madrid's back two.
Yeah. Who is it? Varane and who?
Varane and Ramos.
Okay.
So look at the Real Madrid game for the prime example when he went away to Manchester City and Varane had to play in a position he'd never played before because they had to play that Militao. Look how shaky he was. That's what happens. So when you move a Laporte, you move a Ake to a position they're not used to, you're going to get them kind of performances. And City can't afford to do that this season. They can't afford to slip up.
I personally don't think it's that deep, but that's just me. But well, what's it called? Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments, people, as well. Where we going to now? Oh, Rocco Tick says, first time here, love it, good work, big up, flawless, salute to you.
Bless up,
Jaden says,
Rocco.
despite the Silva, Aguero and company is gone. They're going to underestimate the loss of Sané, and they have no CB to partner Laporte, and there's no natural leader. Martin says there are new Sancho quotes from Fabrizio Romano. Let us know what them quotes are.
I don't even want to know. To
Yeah, he said Stroll, to be fair,
Deschamps.
Deschamps has 3 million options in CB, and that was my point on it. Like, he has a lot of options there, but we'll see. Like I said, I don't know how much time City are going to spend defending and without the ball and things of that nature, but we'll soon find out. Moving on to, this is an interesting one, because we spoke on Everton when Ancelotti went in there, and then obviously lockdown happening, and the crowd not being there kind of made that season die out, but Ancelotti's done great business. He's brought in Decore, he's brought in Allen, and he's brought in Rodriguez, and they look like a great not like a great outfit, but they played very well, and they look like a better outfit if a team's going to break into the top 6,
they dominated the
they're
ball.
probably going to be like that, and you have to quality. And if Richarlison would have squared it, to Calvert-Lewin and the header he missed, they probably win that game even more comfortably. But I was very impressed with Everton. Very impressed.
Yeah.
And I don't think their business is done. I really think they're just one goal scorer away from
That's what we said last
being
week.
being a better side.
Even a centre back as well. If they get in a centre, because we've said this so many times of Ancelotti. If he gets that black book out and he starts looking at certain players, like even that match now, he would have watched that match and said, "You know what I can do with my man." Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
There'll be certain players who he watched that and he's gone, "You fit right in there."
Yeah.
Because for me, James Rodriguez, he needs some serious quality next to it. And I'm not saying the players what they've got aren't quality. If you actually deep it, Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin are Everton quality. Do you get where I'm coming from?
Everton, yes.
They're Everton quality.
Yeah.
Whereas Rodriguez and the signings that have been made, apart from Decore, because I think they could have got Decore even if they didn't have him.
They're Ancelotti quality.
They're Ancelotti quality. You get what I'm saying? And that's the point I'm making. But for me, Rodriguez is going to be a big problem this year. And I won't be surprised if someone tries to poach him. Because I know it's only one match, but you can see someone's quality. Like I said, I think it was last week or on another show I've probably done. He's going to be one of them and we've seen it, everything's probably going to go through him.
And basically what you could see, Calvert-Lewin, they did the interview with him afterwards, and you could see the happiness on his face with Rodriguez, because he was like, with James, I know I'm going to get a lot of service.
Yeah, you've got a serious player.
And he's got a serious player. It'd be interesting to see. What I'm interested to see is where Ancelotti actually plays Rodriguez, because it looked like kind of like a 4-2-3-1, and Rodriguez was playing from the right-hand side type of thing.
Yeah.
I personally, from a neutral standpoint, I know showing neutral on Everton, I want to see him in the 10. I would love to see Decore and Allen and just him in the 10, and then Richarlison left, Calvert-Lewin, and then say somebody on the right. I'm not sure.
Well, this is what I was...
Maybe a Davies or somebody like that.
This is what I was about to say. If you look at Ancelotti in his years and what his favourite and his go-to formation is, it's the diamond. So you look at the AC Milan side in the 2005, you had Gattuso, you had Kaka as a number 10, you then had Pirlo, Seedorf. So there's your 4. So I looked at that I looked at that Everton squad, and away from home he will play the 4-2-3-1. Rodriguez on the right because he's naturally going to drift in, and the overlap from Coleman. That makes perfect sense. At home, if you're looking to attack the ball, you can go Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison up front as a 2. Yeah. You can have Rodriguez in the number 10, Gomez, Decore either side, Allen sitting, and they will dominate midfield from that.
If you actually look at that team, that formation what he started, that can slip into that formation.
Exactly my point.
That's what I was trying to figure out. Are they playing a 4-3-3? Is it a 4-2-3-1? Like, that's what I was trying.
I think it might be that.
I was trying, because Sky had it. If I remember correctly, I think Sky had it different.
Yeah, Sky had it
Match
different.
of the Day.
Sky had it 4-3-3.
Yes, 4-3-3.
Yeah, and then I watched Match of the Day, and they had it 4-2-3-1.
So it's one of them. But then again, that's a very good point Stroll's made to revert it to the AC Milan, because that is how that team was as well.
Yes.
It could, when you had Pato in there, and you know what I mean, and your Robinhos, they're not centre forwards,
exactly.
They're not really 10s. So it's a case of you're accommodating. This is where I think continental managers are different.
Go on.
They accommodate you on the pitch based on your ability, your natural ability, not your actual position. So then, by playing Richarlison like that,
because he played him wide left.
He now has. See, you've basically played him in the one aspect of his game which he does naturally, to drift in. So now, if you play him like that, he now basically just has to
accommodate the area.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at this comment. We'll go
He
on.
just has to accommodate the area of the left side of the pitch, but in the last third.
Yes.
The left side of the pitch in the last third, all the way from the touchline up to the goal.
Because he got Digny, who is overlapping.
Yes. So
I do rate Digny.
Yes.
That was a great. Sorry to cut you. That was a great free kick for the goal.
Exactly.
Great free kick. Great header as well.
But this
People
is
are
what I'm
really
saying.
sleeping on how good a header that was. Like he's got up like a salmon.
No,
man.
it's an insane header.
It's a very
You know
good.
what?
Like people,
He's-
enough people are not talking about it. That's a that's a centre half header.
He's,
That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah, like a centre half.
The way he's
attacking
attacked,
the ball,
yes,
innit? Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what he was
yeah,
kinda
yeah.
like.
But that's what that's why I said when Duncan Ferguson had him, he was Big Dunk-esque.
It's interesting that you said that because again in the interview he did afterwards, he spoke and he was like, yeah, Duncan Ferguson's helped me, and he's like, if I'm ever low, he'll bounce off. Similar to what you spoke about when we spoke last week, I think, about Bayern Munich, and you know how former players help the current players. It's good
Yes.
to see that type of thing.
Yes.
He's
And
probably in
it's-
dream world. Duncan Ferguson, he knows who he's watched on Match of the Day when he was a kid, helping him out personally.
Yeah.
And now you got Rodriguez on the pitch with you being managed by Ancelotti.
But this is the thing you've got to look at as well. Duncan Ferguson's been at that club for a while anyway. So even when he became the manager, that's not the first time they would have worked together.
No, at
Duncan
all.
Ferguson would have seen that
Through
there
the
in him
youth.
and would have been like, yeah, you know what? He's played in League Two, in League One. You know what I mean? He's got that different side to him. He's not. Do you know what I mean? When you play that type of lower league football and then come up, it's no surprise now. Why? And this is a point. I'm going off the point a bit, but if
Go
you
on.
look at a lot of the players who are coming out now, the best players have actually played lower down and then come up. No one's just playing like a Prem level anymore. You've got, you know what I mean? Now, honestly, look at you like your Grealishes.
You're right. You
You
spot
know what I
on.
mean? Your
It's like they're
Grealishes.
learning their trade
Yes.
before they get to the level, and
Yeah.
it helps. There's no substitute for experience.
Yeah, like
a lot of
your
people
Vardys. You know what I mean?
learn by doing.
Yeah,
Like even Smalling came up through
Yeah.
non-league. Even though I don't think he's good enough for Manchester United, he's still playing at a high level. He's played for Manchester United.
yeah.
He went to Serie A.
Maguire,
Yeah,
Robertson,
Right.
there. You know what I mean?
making a valid point.
A lot of
Valid
these
point.
players have came up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I think even Tierney's the same. I don't think his journey was as straightforward at first with Celtic. Do you know what I mean? He's done his loans, and you know what I mean. So it's one of these things now where these players are actually becoming some of the better players because you're having to work at a level, because people do forget how competitive the Championship is. Maybe in terms of quality, it's not obviously Premier League quality, but the competitive nature, constantly playing
Just-
at that
just
level.
the sheer
What is
amount-
that, 40?
the
Is it
sheer
40
amount
is
of
it 46
games.
games or something?
Yeah, you literally play there like
Cup games
every
on
3
top
games.
of it as well.
It's like every three or four
It's
days
every
you've got a
3 or
game.
4
And then the
days.
thing is, if you are, say, like in the Midlands, there's a lot of teams around you, so there's a lot of derbies and stuff like that.
Yes,
whether
so
Midlands
it's
or
high level
Yorkshire,
games. It's competitive.
or whether
That's
you're
what I'm saying.
north or south, there'll
Yeah.
be teams around you. Yeah, that I get
You
what you're saying.
you rarely in a championship have a quiet game,
No.
Yeah, I get
because
what
then
you're
if
saying.
it's not a local rival, you probably got a rivalry with him in the table.
Yes.
Do you get what I'm saying?
get what
So
you're saying.
that's the point I'm saying. So just to relate it back to Everton, that with the Calvert-Lewin, that's where these type of players are coming into fruition. Your Ings, your Danny Ingses, you know what I mean? There's another one. You know what I'm saying? So a long time ago, these players wouldn't get a peek in with England because someone who's just come through at a Premier League team would be in over them.
Yes.
Maybe not have the same quality, but they would have the shout. So then that's where you seeing these Calvert-Lewins. Yeah, he's gonna play his heart out.
Yeah.
He's playing with, literally, I'm telling you now, Calvert-Lewin was probably playing with Rodriguez on FIFA. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, he probably was.
Do you get what I'm
He's
saying?
probably watching him at the World Cup in 2014.
Yeah.
And one thing I
try
want
and
to say,
replicate that goal.
Yeah.
and one thing I want to say about Rodriguez is, yeah, he could get put. I think he's putting himself in the shop window.
He is.
I seen a great
He
tweet,
is.
and someone had said, "How have Everton gone from being managed by Sam Allardyce signing for your World Cup to now being managed by Ancelotti and signing Rodriguez? What a jump!
Yeah.
What a jump that is in terms of level.
They
of
need
quality.
you know what?
They'd be
They deserve a round of applause for how they've been running the past few years to be able
to go and get an
to
Ancelotti.
even do that.
I still can't believe he's there. You know,
To be able
I'm still.
think that's what I'm saying.
I
Think
can't-
about it.
I can't get over it. It's like it's not like Ancelotti's like Mourinho, who we're gonna get onto because it's really sad. Who I think is done at the top level. This is Ancelotti. Like to me, you're still capable of doing it at the top level.
Honestly,
He could
still-
go to Real Madrid.
He could still win league titles and still win Champions Leagues to me because he's not had a bad run where it's
No,
like
he's not.
Mourinho. So it's like, why? I'd
This
love
is
to
the
know
thing.
why he went to.
And I think it's he's a footballing man.
He just wanted a new challenge.
He wants a challenge. He wants a challenge with a team with a good setup. He's probably seen in the Premier League the past few years. Oh, there's a lot of money going about.
Yeah.
And this
I
is
can make something. I can build something. Honestly, he could even get in a few more signings, and he could be a serious dark horse this season.
And that's what I'm saying.
Because if he sets up properly,
Just got to
and
shout
he-
out Big S in the building.
Big
Let's
S,
go around
stress.
that every time.
Big
You know what I'm
man.
saying? Pie Radio head honcho.
You know what
but
I'm
yeah,
saying?
I'm still like, I would love to just ask and be like, maybe
because
you're
this
right.
is because
The
this is a
challenge was
project
strong.
because it's a big project.
yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Because you've got the new stadium on the docks, which is coming. You've then got the money, and you're backed by the owners, who are ridiculously wealthy, by the way.
they've got good training facilities.
Here's the thing, though. I just respect that because you don't have to do that. It's not like he's in his 30s, 40s, and he's new. It's like you're in your 60s. Like
He's 30, innit?
you've literally been around football as long as I've been alive.
Yeah.
Which
That's
is-
the crazy part. So you could literally go.
Man's been a manager as long as man are
You've been
alive.
alive. It's like you could literally go to any top club and nobody would bat an eyelid.
Yeah, but which is why
Nobody.
I say he does have to do it, because he's done everything at the top level.
Yeah.
So this is a different experience for him, where he's actually building a dynasty now.
Okay, and I just rate that energy because you don't have to do that.
No,
That's what I'm
exactly.
saying, innit? That's why I'm giving Ancelotti his flowers, because
Yeah.
I respect that a lot. You don't have to do that.
Which is why when we were on Miles' show and we were talking about
Oh, shout out
Pep
Miles as well.
Guardiola and stuff like that, I questioned him particularly because he's done everything at the top clubs at this point. Why not go and pick someone where you can actually build something and really make a name for yourself?
Yeah, because if you really deep Ancelotti, yeah, all right then. Just look at it. The players he's brought in, and how that team's changing. 2-3 years. I'm not joking to you. They because we know they've got money to spend.
Yes.
2 or 3 years. If he keeps getting in players of James Rodriguez quality,
Yes.
bro, I'm telling you,
All it takes is 2-3 windows of that.
like as much as like man's not. No, I don't like Arsenal in that. Give him 2 years, he could have a better team than Arsenal.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Like, all right then, if you say who's Arsenal's standout player, it's obviously Aubameyang.
Yeah.
If Aubameyang goes tomorrow, could you say Everton's team's probably as good? It's not far off.
It's a fair point. I do rate, obviously, the goalkeeper, I think, is very dodgy. I do rate Yerry Mino. I just think he needs someone better next to him.
Which is the
And
point
I
I
think
made
he's
last
better. Yeah,
week,
talking
which is the
about
problem with
I rate,
Maguire.
I rate the fullback. I rate Digny very high.
I rate Coleman.
I rate Coleman's good. Their midfield now, the quality they have in there with your Alan Decore. I like Andre Gomez. Rodriguez, we've waxed Liverpool about.
But even then, you can then bring on a Sigurdsson who's got bags of Premier League experience
Yeah.
for the last 20 minutes. You can just do something
He
out of the ordinary.
will be gets his critics, but Iwobi is a player.
He's a good squad player.
Yes, he's a player of that Everton level.
Theo
Do you
Walcott.
understand?
Yeah,
So
he's got Theo Walcott
so
still.
literally, if they're playing a high line, you can bring Theo Walcott on and just go in behind.
on. Like, as
I
much as-
literally think they're two players. Like they're two players away, either that striker, that 9, or that Salah-esque or Mane winger who's gonna give them certain. Like put it this way, if you put Zaha in that team, for me, I think that elevates them
All
to
right
the
then,
next
but
level.
check this, and I put this on my
Go on,
story,
you about to say
and
something
I forgot
serious.
about this, brother.
Go on.
Balassi, and I'm telling you,
Where he's
Balassi,
coming back.
he played a I think it was a pre-season game for him, and you know what, I forgot about him, and then I thought, if there's any type of manager who could get something out of him, it's Ancelotti,
Yeah.
because he could just have him to that devastating level where, right, I'll play you, and look, he fits into that formation what we've just said.
Yes.
You have the final third. If he doesn't have to go and defend, if Balassi doesn't have to defend,
Yes.
he's a very dangerous prospect.
And that's one thing I rate about Ancelotti is that he's relieved Rodriguez of his defensive duties by putting Allen and Decore in there
Yes.
because he wants to see the best out of him.
Because then
And
now,
I rate that and respect that highly to do that.
someone like a Balassi, yeah, getting passes from a Rodriguez, not having to defend, literally just bearing down on goal.
Yeah.
If Balassi is bearing down on your goal constantly,
Yes.
I'm saying for a whole match, he's making a difference.
Yes, definitely.
He is going to get an assist or a goal,
Does he
or
have-
he's going to make you foul him and get a penalty.
Yeah,
Do you understand?
Does he oust Richarlison?
Hmm?
Does he get Richarlison out of the side? Because someone
he
here says
definitely
here,
could.
Because Jaden here says Richarlison, I love how this is caught on, says Richarlison is a bargain from Brazilian. That boy couldn't finish to save his life. Otherwise, it could have been 2
Yo,
or 3.
Jaden, best you caught me on that one, you know. I don't want to see this
I
one.
think that's it.
Best you caught me on that one, Jaden, yo.
Like I said, I've spoke on him. Yeah, I was on Saeed's show. Shout out Saeed. Go make sure you follow United Central.
Yeah,
Check
man,
out
follow
Real
the
Talk.
bro.
Follow Saeed. Follow Mr. Aaron United as well on YouTube.
All of the man them.
Stroll mentioned Miles as well. Go follow Rosette as well.
Oh, yo, get onto Rose. If you're not on Rosette already,
Rosette's
get
hilarious.
onto Rosette.
Yeah, I
Serious.
don't see it. Like, I know people in the comments when I was on Saeed's show was talking about Richarlison highly. You spoke on him highly. I just don't
You
get
know
it.
what it is? It's not highly.
I think someone called him a beast. I think he's the one to miss out. I don't think
he's not a beast.
I don't think he lasts. Even if he lasts the end of this season, I think Ancelotti is moving him out. Not in terms of selling him, but first team. I think Ancelotti's looking at him and be like, "You ain't it."
Nah, don't get me wrong.
They need that X factor.
They need that X factor now.
Yes.
Now.
Yes.
Richarlison is a brilliant signing for Everton when they got him. Do you understand where I'm
When
coming
they got
from?
him, yeah. But I'm talking about now.
Oh yeah,
to
now
kick on to the
now
next
he
level.
might lose out because
I
I'm
can see
telling
that.
you, if we're talking players to affect the game in that position, Bolassi's probably more effective.
This is what I'm saying. Did Balassi get a bad injury? Is that what it was?
I think he did.
ACL, his knee.
And do you know what it is with him as well? He's Bolasie for me.
I rate
He's
Balassi.
in that bracket with Zaha. This is why I never understood why Palace did not capitalise on having Bolasie and Zaha in the same team. He is one of those players where he can just win you a penalty like that.
Yeah.
You get him in the box and he starts. His legs are mad, fam. If he starts doing all of that, man, look like he's doing some yardie dance. You know what I'm saying? Man, look like he's doing the next skank at carnival, fam.
dance.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying, my guy? Man starts moving his legs and all these mad slick moves. You fouling him? You fouling him? Or if not, he's that type of player where he can just get to that byline and he can roll it across your box.
Yeah.
10 times in a match.
Martin here says, don't you think Everton can push for top four? I don't think they can push for top four this season unless one of the big four we've mentioned, so you two Manchester clubs, your Chelsea or Liverpool have a bad season. But I do genuinely believe they can challenge the top six.
Do you know what I think they can do? I think they can be that team who's fifth, yeah? And if someone has a bad season, they capitalise on it.
Leicester-esque. Put it this way,
I
think they can get past they can finish above a Spurs, they can finish above a Sheffield United, they can finish above a Wolves, they can finish above a Leicester.
If he gets in a striker of a Vardy quality, yeah, that type of quality.
Danny Ings.
Danny Ings does.
I don't know.
I don't think Danny Ings is a good shout, but I just don't think he fits what Ancelotti would.
Do you know what it is? You know what it is?
He could do.
He's good enough.
I think with how that's set up, that set up there, they need pace.
Yes.
Ings maybe isn't the paciest.
Even though his movement's great. Yes,
his movement's excellent.
I think he's looking for someone who's a little bit more, because with that Everton side, they look like a type of side who now can soak up pressure when you have Decore and Allen
that's
in
what it's
there.
going to be.
Soak up pressure.
And
then with Richarlison, you Calvert-Lewin, you can hit teams on the break. Obviously, Rodriguez, even though he's not the quickest, he has the magic to pick a pass on a counter.
You know what it is with the type of player of a Rodriguez? He'll be one of them to pick that pass and he'll get on the end of it. So it's not necessarily pace. These are players who know how to read the game and follow up that pass. I can play you a pass.
Yes.
And then I might play you that pass not a bit loose, but so you might have to go a bit wide to get it. And then by the time you've come back here, I might get on the end of it.
Yeah.
You know them type of man who
Smart.
do that?
Yes.
You know what I'm
Very
saying?
Smart.
So it's
Very
one of them.
smart.
For me, they could literally...
No, sorry to cut you off. No, Stefan, no watch along for Chelsea, but we are going to decide if we are going to incorporate watch alongs on Monday.
kicked
Is it not
off
started?
now?
I thought it was 8 o'clock kickoff. Is
No,
it
it's
not?
quarter past.
So it's just started.
Oh, it's just
All
started.
right, yeah, 1 second then. Just quickly, let me
Okay, go on, run down the list.
run down the teams, yeah? Chelsea. Keeper in net, yeah?
That Kepa, the way you said keeper, like
Yeah, keeper.
It's a Kepa, go
Got
on.
man like keeper in net, yeah? And Reece James right back, Kurt Zuma centre back, Christiansen other centre back, Alonso left back, Jorginho defensive mid along with Kante. Then I'm not too sure what this is, if this is a midfield three or like a three behind, might be a three
No, it's a midfield three.
Is it a
Mason Mount's
midfield
on the
three?
left. Mason Mount's on the left.
of a midfield three.
No, wide.
Oh, right,
Go on,
okay.
so give me the, sorry.
And then it's so
who-
midfield is
wait,
Jorginho, Kante, and then I think it's Loftus-Cheek, Havertz, Mount, and then Werner up front.
All right, so go through again. So you got Kepa in net. Who's
Yeah,
your two
keeper.
fullbacks?
Zuma and Christiansen.
So Zuma, so they're the centre backs. Who are the two fullbacks?
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
James and Alonso.
James and Alonso.
So the
they
team,
got,
to be
so they got a
honest,
goalkeeper, flat back four. So who's the midfield three? Is that midfield three? Or is it a 4-2-3-1?
I think I don't know. It looks like it could be either. Let me
It's a
just
4-2-3-1.
So who's
Yeah.
the two? All right, who's the two sat in front of the back four?
Jorginho and Kante.
Right, and who's your 10?
Havertz is on the right. So this is what I mean. And looking at it now, look, there's Mount, there's Loftus-Cheek, there's Havertz. It looks like Loftus-Cheek's in the number 10.
Right.
Havertz is on the right.
Yeah.
Mount's to the left with Werner.
Oh, that's not good balance. That surely you don't play Mount.
Look,
play
I'm not
Havertz.
lying. In the three, you've
No,
got
yeah,
Mount,
no, it's
Loftus-Cheek,
it,
and
it's it,
Havertz.
it's it.
Surely you play Loftus-Cheek on one of the wings. Put
So
Havertz in the 10 and play
This
someone
is
else.
why I questioned Chelsea competing, because Lampard is not experienced in a title race. Stuff like this is going to cost you points.
If they don't win.
No,
Don't get me wrong,
but regardless.
It'll probably be enough for a Brighton.
Yeah.
But
That's how you're
Don't-
probably looking at it.
don't tell me you've just spent 80 million on a man
And you're not playing him in his position.
and you're not playing him in 10
Mm.
for
'Cause I've heard-
Ruben Young forever, fountain of youth, Loftus-Cheek. You know what I'm saying?
'Cause I have heard that Havertz is, even though he's a 10, so I've been told, I don't know how true this is, he is capable of playing out wide. I've
No,
not
he
seen
is.
him a lot.
Don't get me wrong.
But
he
his
played,
best position's a 10.
he played a lot of games on the right for Leverkusen. I was going to say Dortmund then. I don't know why. Probably thinking of Sandro. But yeah, he played a lot of games on the right for Leverkusen. But then that brings into question then, if that's the case, if you're playing him there, then when you play Ziyech.
Yeah.
And where you playing Pulisic?
But Pulisic, maybe he's looking at it like Pulisic is very injury prone. We don't know. But yeah, I get what you're saying. But
So the Chelsea team there, if you just look at it,
that doesn't make sense to me
apart from
going to
Havertz
forward.
and Mount, Havertz and
I don't get Mount out wide.
Havertz and Werner. It's pretty much the same team.
Yeah.
That's the team from last
Is
season.
Ziyech and Pulisic injured?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so 3 of the signings he's made. See, that's
No
3
Chilwell
of the
either.
signings you've made. Yeah, no Chilwell. 3 of the signings
No
you
Thiago
made.
Silva.
4 of the signings you made are not even in the matchday squad.
Interesting.
Yeah, because
Interesting.
Chilwell's injured. Thiago Silva's got a knock, I think. So
Okay.
obviously Ziyech has got an injury.
But you say it's Brighton, so they should be able to get past that.
Obviously, don't get it twisted though. Werner is an amazing signing for them.
Yes. All right. Well, Stroh's watching it, so Stroh just keep us like posted.
It's an
on
amazing
it.
signing. I honestly think he could be you know how they always seem to get that talismanic striker. He could be he could maybe be a bit Drogba-esque for them, I think.
Yes.
No,
I'm concerned about.
I'm not saying in terms
I'm
of the
worried.
big games because I don't think I've not seen a big game player like Drogba who was specifically for the big games. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like if you're talking about big game player, he's not far off Ronaldo, Cristiano
He's
Ronaldo.
literally he's clutch. He is semi-final and final
Yeah.
man.
Was it 10 goals in finals?
Yeah,
10
something
goals
like
in
that.
10 games in finals.
Yeah, something like that.
Come on, man.
He's the man for the big occasion type of thing. But yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, just finishing up on Everton because we need to talk about obviously Spurs and Mourinho. They got a good project going on, and it'd be interesting to see if they do any more business and how Ancelotti goes about his business. I'm looking forward to watching Everton during the season.
Yes.
And obviously, most games are going to be live on TV.
You know what it is with
paying
Everton
close
as well?
attention.
They get a lot of TV coverage. So
Yes.
I'll be quite happy
Interesting.
to be watching Everton
But
this
alright,
season.
on to the man we spoke about a lot. This pains me to say this
Why?
because this guy used to be one of the GOATs, man.
Oh,
You don't want to
come
see one
on,
of the
bro.
GOATs go out like this.
Nah, I do.
Can
No,
I just,
you don't.
Can
Go
I
on.
just say something though? Before we go on to Mourinho, it
Yeah.
touches on Mourinho. His post-match interview, spot on.
Elaborate.
Did you not watch the game?
I watched it, but when you say it was spot on, why do you think it's spot on? That's
Because
what I'm saying by
you
elaborate.
balls are dropping next to Harry Kane and he's not running for it. He's jogging. You've then got Son doing the exact same thing. You've then got the midfield not working hard.
All right.
As a manager, that is 100% spot on.
All right then. But let me put it to you like this.
But that comes down to the manager.
That's what I was gonna say.
But my point is at the end of the day, he's regardless whatever the thing is, the fact that he's come out and said it, he's 100% spot on.
Yeah.
And you look at the arguments he's had and the kind of stuff he's said about players. He's never been wrong about what he said it. He's just wrong with the way he's gone about it, and that's the problem with Mourinho. You look at the Danny Rose in the Prime documentary. I don't know if you've seen the clip where Danny Rose is in his
I've seen
thingy
the
room.
clip.
Like it's wrong for him to address it like that. Just be honest and upfront with him. That's all he wanted from him.
But here's the thing which I always don't. I'll be honest with you. I don't respect Mourinho for because
Go on.
this is one thing. Yeah, my man is like in any other profession. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you blame the thing what you have been hired to better and you can't do it, then you get the blame. This guy, for some reason, will say these players aren't doing this, these players aren't doing that, they're not this, they're not that. But if he goes tomorrow, they will do it.
Yes.
And when he wasn't there, they were doing it.
Yeah.
So for me, he needs to. People need to now see he's give it away now. So
See, at Man United, there was a lot of problems at United.
Yeah.
Yeah? There was a lot of problems. It's a very problematic period for Manchester United.
Mm-hmm.
So, when he was saying these things, even me, as a United fan, was like, you know what? This is Jose. He might be right, you know? Even though he was a bit toxic, we all knew he was toxic, he might be right.
Yes.
But what you have to understand is, these are Tottenham players, yeah, who are coming in off the greatest period in the last 20 years of this football club. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And don't get me wrong, they had a little slump under Poch, but these are players who got to the Champions League final.
Yeah.
These are players who beat a prime Manchester City side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? To get to the final.
Yeah.
So what you now have to say is, this is you now. So
We've known this. It is you.
we're gonna say now, you can't tell me 25 players from Chelsea, 25 players from United,
That's
and
50.
and 25 players from Tottenham
75.
all have disobedience issues,
Yeah.
all are not men. Because you know, when I first came in, Lampard was a man, and these players aren't men, and you're not doing this, and you're not doing... So 75 players out of the how many players that you've managed in your career, all at the same time in your career. If it was different times, I'd have a point. But all in the same time of the career are all problematic. No, my friend.
No, it's you.
No, Mr. Jose.
It's you.
No way, Jose.
And that's sad to see because, like I said, you was one of the GOATs at one point. You was the man. That's
You
why
know
I
what
said
we
it.
have to start doing now?
That's why you said it. That's why when you're like, why is it sad to see? Because I'm a sport fan. Like, there's different sports that I like. Anyone who can do it at the highest level, whether I like you personally or not, or you play or manage the team I support or whatever, I respect it highly.
Do you know what it is?
I know how hard it is to be at that type of level and be on top. I know the pressures it brings and that type of thing. So to do it for the period you did, to now see you go out like, it's like Floyd Mayweather, my favorite boxer of all time. It's like him coming back now and trying to fight all the young welterweights and super welterweights and getting knocked down. It'd be sad for me to see because I remember what you was like.
Well,
Mourinho is now, you've been boxing too long. You took too many headshots. Your moves don't work no more.
Nah, do you know what it is?
Go on.
I've got a different theory on it, you know.
Go on.
I've got a different theory on it. Do you know why he finds it hard in this era?
Mm.
Because he's used to having players with a certain mentality. Yeah?
True.
So I've clocked the play now with Jose. I'm not having it. Jose needs people who are already winners. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
The only time he had a team which wasn't already winners was that Porto team.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know why that was? That's because they were men
Yeah.
who believed in him.
Yes.
So he either needs a mix of serial winners
Yeah.
or men who will die for him. Yeah? If he does not have serial winners or players who will go out on that pitch and die for him, he is ineffective.
Yeah, he is. And the thing
Because
is,
if you look at all these teams what he's had,
yeah,
you look at that that Inter Milan team.
it was full of it.
They were every last person in that team was a general.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
And they would die for him as well.
They
type
would
of thing.
die for him.
But this is where,
How many of them players were under?
Yeah.
23?
yeah, he was very outside. And here's the thing: this is where he's made the mistake. Now you have to evolve. We've seen Wenger not do it. We've seen this story before. We've seen Wenger again. And even though I hate Arsenal being a United fan, it was sad to see with Wenger. Yes, it was hilarious.
I hated it.
For Arsenal.
I hated it. You
It
know?
was hilarious for Arsenal fan TV purposes. But when I took my banter glasses off, so to speak,
After everything that he
yeah,
did.
it's
Yeah.
sad to
It
see
wasn't
somebody.
that, trust me.
It's sad to see somebody go out like that
Yeah.
when there's so many of players irate, so many players who, if we do in the Premier League all-time 11s, I'm mentioning your Patrick Vieira's, your Thierry Henry's, just using them as an example. I still think that Arsenal 98 side, the side that won the league, is criminally underrated.
Yeah.
I think it's better than the Invincibles, but that's just me. Maybe I'm wrong.
criminally though.
I think it's
People
criminally
don't
underrated. Understand how good Mark Overmars was, but that's going down.
that double side.
Yeah, that's
that
that
was.
That's what I'm saying.
You have to understand. Just a quick note on that. That head-to-head with United in those like 2 or 3 seasons was probably I think that was the best rivalry.
Definitely. You can't beat that because there was 2 teams equally matched at the highest quality,
And they-
going for top honours.
They actually hated each other.
And even before that, they was fighting each
And
other.
then the
on tunnels
managers at the
stuff.
highest level.
Yes, and two
And
managers.
the managers hated
So
each
to
other's
see
guts at
Wenger,
that
obviously,
time.
like I said, it was hilarious for Arsenal fan TV purposes. But to see someone go out like that, who I dislike, the team you managed and everything you stood for, are those points. It's just sad to see. Like the way I can make an equivalent is a boxer boxing on too long. That's what Wenger did. Wenger should have left sooner. And Mourinho's done, and I've said on this show, Mourinho's done at the top level, but I still think he could pick you up an FA Cup or a League Cup. Seeing this Spurs side look done with him already. It's the opening game of the season, and
Yeah,
this Spurs side
yeah,
look done with him
yeah.
already.
Yeah, but you
that
can-
is sad to
that
see.
says a lot,
I'm not
you
saying
know.
it's not his fault, because it is his fault. He needs to evolve with the
You have
times.
to
I'm
understand.
let you go, Stroh, in a sec. I'm just getting this off my chest because
Yeah.
this is one of my favorite managers of all time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I respect what you did, the way you came in and changed it, and that 2003 period from Porto up until 2010 at Inter Milan, where you was the man.
Yeah, he was that right.
You was the guy.
right there and then, undisputed.
He was the guy.
He's undisputed.
He was undisputed.
You
So-
could say he was the top manager in the world at that time,
So-
and it would be hard to argue it.
Exactly. So to see you the 10 years following at Spurs, and that's no disrespect to Spurs, yo. No disrespect, but a manager of and you're not at Spurs by choice. The same way we spoke about Ancelotti. Ancelotti's at Everton by choice. Mourinho's there via convenience. You have to go there. No other top. United, you've been at. United don't want you back. You've been at Chelsea twice. Liverpool ain't go. Liverpool didn't even look at you before they got Klopp. You get what I'm saying? And that's that. And now
Really
City
and
got
truly,
Pep.
he only got the United job because of how bad a shape United was in.
Yes.
That's
Go on,
that's
Joe.
sad. That's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
sad.
No,
Sorry, I just had to get it off my chest.
Nah,
like,
it's
I'm,
real.
I'm legit emotional about it. Go on.
no, because you're both making excellent points, but the one point I was going to touch on is the mentality thing. He purposely picks out people to dig out in the media because he wants a reaction out of you, because he sees something in you. Dele Alli, prime example. If you've watched the Prime documentary, you know exactly what I'm talking
I need
about.
to watch the rest of it, actually.
You're an awful trainer. You're in training. He then calls him out in front of the team. He then has him in his office and does the same thing. Do you want to be a party boy? Do you want to be a footballer? Knowing it's going to be on the documentary. So then it gives Dele Alli two choices. You stick it to him, but that's what he wants because you get performances out of him. Or you go the other way and you just go within yourself and you're not the same player. And then he's right because he was right for calling you out. Do you know what I mean? He does that. But he does that far too much.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying about not evolving. That's not the way to go about it no more. Do like Fergie did. Evolve. It's literally evolve or die. Like when I say die, I don't mean literally. I'm talking theoretically. It's evolve or
always-
die. It's like Pep. Like Pep is one of the most successful managers of the past, however, 10, 15 years. If he manages for the next 5, 10 years, you have to evolve. Klopp right now is the main man.
But here's the thing.
If he's at Liverpool for the next 10 years, he can't be doing the same things in 2020 and 2019 and 2018, in 2028 and 2029. You have to evolve because characters change, football changes, people changes. You can't continue to play. There's a reason Fergie was playing 4-4-2 during the 90s and then changed it to a 4-3-3, a 4-5-1, etc. He's not just still trying to play 4-4-2 in 2010 with Giggs and Beckham on the wing. Like, no, you change it. Like, you freshen it up, bring in another number two and things of that nature. Bring in different coaches, bring in different players. Yeah, you can't just, it's not Football Manager. You can't just have someone, charismatic leader, that's him, determined, low determination. It's like, no, people change all the time. Yeah, go on, Stu.
No, and this is one thing which stood out to me yesterday because I tweeted about I turned it off to watch the NFL because how frustrated I was because I'm similar to you. Jose was one of my favourite ever managers. Just the impact he had, just everything that I'm the special one. It's just like he had that aura. But even watching the Prime documentary, you've seen it. If you've seen the first couple episodes where he moves Aurier forward and he tells him to go forward and Aurier's like, we'll do a go backwards. He's like, no, because we'll get a goal from it. Aurier scores. You then see it further on in the Prime documentary. He then brings Dele Alli on in the FA Cup. Dele Alli does something, a bit of magic. The West Ham game. So it's like his in-game management is still there. And then I watched yesterday. None of his substitutions made sense. I didn't know what he was doing. Like, can you honestly tell me what formation he was playing? Players were just there for the sake of it. Like, that's not the Jose Mourinho I know. Jose Mourinho I know is there to spoil a party. Look at what he did to Liverpool in 13-14. He turned up with a job to spoil a party, and he did it.
But here's the thing. This is where you say, you know, like we ridicule Pep for being a checkbook manager. And we say Pep needs the best players. Without the best players, Pep's quite ineffective or whatever. But what you have to say is, Pep tactically is still.
Well, yeah. Once he gets That's why I don't take, like, when people say checkbook manager, I don't take offense to that, because one thing about Pep, once he gets his players for his system, it works.
It works.
Yeah, yeah.
But then,
It
but then
works.
even the thing is, Pep can still even do something. Pep might not always have the best team, but he will never turn on this team. You've like,
It seems Mourinho turns on his team.
it's like
He seems
once
very-
that team's not doing what he, or you know, it's not if it's not going his way.
Yeah,
Even
he seems very unhappy, and
Yes.
act like you don't like you. Like I said, you can dig out your squad, but do it privately.
I'll put it to you this way:
Go on.
if Mourinho is the Manchester City manager last season when City are playing like that, he becomes so toxic.
Yes.
He would mentally destroy these players, and
Yes.
I think he doesn't realize he's mentally
You know why?
destroying his
Because
own
he's
players.
stuck in. It's sad to say, in the 2003 to 2010 era, he's stuck a decade ago.
Yeah, but you know why?
He's stuck.
You're doing that. Yo, you can give a 29-year-old abuse because he knows how to take it. If I go into my manager, bro, I went into my manager this morning and said, "Oh, that was shocking what you did." I'm like, "Yeah, I know what he's trying to do." Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I turn around and did that to someone
Who's 19.
who's not like a 16-year-old first job, shocking that. Like, oh my god,
You're gonna crumble.
Look at Luke Shaw.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Really deep it.
Yeah.
Look at Luke Shaw.
And the thing is, he still had the magic, because even though we're saying 2003 to 10 was his era, he still won a Premier League title. Was it 2014-15? What year was it? He won it with Chelsea.
But do you know why? All right then. But this
But
is
that
the
team,
only thing.
the team was set up for him.
It's the team, but do you know what it is as well? It's because he's been there and he's Mourinho. So it almost gives him that same effect what he had back in the day.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Like,
Walking in there the first time having won the Champions League.
yeah. So it's like what you have to understand is when he's gone to Chelsea, that first time and he's done that, boom, 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 man's mashed up the place. He's the man. I'm the special one. All of that, all of this, that's when Mourinho was Mourinho. When he's come back, there's certain man who are still there. They're telling man, oh my God, you man are not ready. Do you know what I'm saying? This is Jose.
Yeah.
But when he's now going to, there's no one to hype him up, you know.
Yeah.
So there's man doing your job for you.
Yo, man, he's just punched through.
And especially at Tottenham.
Yeah.
Certain Tottenham players don't like Mourinho. So
have to
there's
understand.
no
Who do you think don't like him? Is that from the documentary?
lifelong Tottenham fans.
Oh, when you
Bro,
say
no,
fat,
no.
I thought you meant the players. When
No,
you
but
said
even
that. My bad.
deep it with the players. I'm sure it's on that thing when he came in as the manager. Who was it?
Was it Vertonghen?
Dyer and Ericsson.
Like,
Ericsson's like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like he's ready to. And all right then, put it like that. He left. A few months later, he was gone.
Yeah, he was gone.
He's looking like, Mourinho.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So this is the thing. That's the point I was getting at why I mentioned Pep. What I'm trying to say is, you have to really understand that he's not levels. Do you get what I'm saying?
That's sad to see because you're
Pep-
someone who was level. Yeah, I just want to see you retire or go
Do you know
to
what it is?
international
Do you know
football.
what it
go
is?
to international football.
Do you know what it
I
is?
don't want to see you just here getting
I'm not gonna lie.
punched. Go on.
I never thought that Jose Mourinho was an exceptional tactician. Mourinho's exceptional tactics is like what Stroh said, to disturb.
Yes.
Yeah. That is so basically, I'm talking. This is any type of boxing, fighting, whatever.
Yeah, go on. Last one on it. And then
If
we'll move
your tactic is to constantly defend,
on. Yeah.
you will lose at one point
True.
because there's nothing to come from it. You get what I'm saying? If you're constantly under attack,
Yeah.
it will be broken.
Yeah.
If you're attacking someone constantly, you are more likely to break them down.
Yeah.
So this is my whole thing with him. When he's doing this, let me put it to you like this: when you're constantly under attack, you've got a Cristiano Ronaldo at the other side of the field, or you've got a Drogba at the other side of the field,
I swear this guy's in my head.
or you've got you get what I'm saying, or you've got a Melito.
Yeah.
You see, get what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's when it works. You can't do that with a Harry Kane.
Oh, Lukaku.
Yes, because they're not that mould, and it's not nothing on them as players because they're exceptional goal scorers.
It's just different.
But it's
different.
different.
Times.
It's not even that it's different times. They're different players. Someone like Melito, if you look at him as a player, he's probably the same as a Lukaku. He's probably the same as a Kane, but he's just got that
Mentality
winner.
different. Yeah.
He's a winner. Do you get what I mean? It's a mentality thing. In terms of ability, Melito and Harry Kane are probably very similar. It's that winning mentality. It's that I'm gonna die on this pitch right now
Yeah.
in order to win.
You get what I'm saying?
body on the line type of thing.
Chelsea have got a penalty.
Etu got asked after Mourinho left. Someone asked him to play left wing. Said, "You ain't Jose." Do you understand what I'm
I
saying?
love that.
Chelsea have got a penalty.
Chelsea got a penalty.
And that's
Alright,
the
go and
thing.
talk us through the Chelsea penalty then.
Matt Ryan on the edge of his box rolls the ball into one of his centre midfielders. I'm not sure who. Sloppy pass, square, gets intercepted. Roll through to Werner, takes it, knocks it just past, and then literally clashed
Come on,
knees and he's
Werner.
gone down.
Is it Werner taking it?
Let's hope he puts it over the bar.
Nah, it's just for my team, bro, man.
Nah, forget your lad. Let's do that when the Brighton are free, when the 3-0 up. And then he scores.
No, it's Jorginho.
Oh yeah, Jorginho a very good penalty taker. He's not missing this. Jorginho's a very good penalty taker. Stefan says it there, penalty for Chelsea. Want to say as well, salute to Salvation of the Elect. He said, big up Flawless JV
Yo,
and Stroke.
that name, bro. Every time I see it, Salvation, bro. Big up to you, my guy.
Salute to you. No Beef Podcast has just checked in, gents. Had football training. Walk on.
Shout
my
out, No
brothers.
Beef.
Salute
Right,
to
here we
you.
go. Literally about to step up and
He's
take
not
it.
missing.
Jorginho. Some fake Jorginho. They're trying to be me, you know.
He's trying to be you.
Trying to be me.
Quality. He's a quality penalty taker, though. I rate him as a player.
Right, here we go. Whistle blown.
Chelsea players don't seem to rate him. Oh,
Slotted it, sent him the wrong way.
Send him,
Yeah,
bro.
it's Jorginho for you.
That was a. You know what? I ain't gonna lie. You know, man think penalty. See, man who don't play football or not played enough.
Man,
football.
think penalties are easy.
Man think penalties.
easy.
Penalties are hard, bro.
Penalties are easy.
I've took penalties before, and it's hard to these man put penalties in the same place every time.
Yes.
That's hard, you know.
Ruud van Nistelrooy.
Ruud van Nistelrooy,
Yo,
yes.
brother.
Like, he would go, I'm putting it bottom left to me. Good luck saving it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
every time.
And every time it's there.
'Cause
I
facts.
think he did it twice at United where it went the other way.
Wait, yeah.
That's
one,
it.
One of them was against Newcastle. My pops always spoke about penalties, and he was like, just get the ball. And he was like, in between there and there, the sticks, and just lang it.
Yeah, and just
And
pick a
he's gotta get out
spot.
of the way of
Just
this.
pick a
That's what my
spot.
pops said. Yeah, just lang it.
You know what I used to do when I used to play football?
Just lang it.
I used to ras the ball down,
Yeah, just lang it.
from outside the box though, on a regs.
Yeah.
So, and I'm at the keeper, and then when I get a penalty now, and this keeper sees me step up, he knows I'm about to
Yeah,
just
just
wait. You know what I'm saying? So it's a mind thing, but that for me there, that penalty from Jorginho,
quality penalty.
quality penalty, man, quality penalty.
Good player,
But he's not gonna get called, Pengenio or nothing like that, is he?
Yeah, he's not going to get
You know what I'm saying?
Pengenio.
But
But yeah,
man saying
moving
that
on
for us,
quick,
innit?
we'll run through this. Fulham 0, Arsenal 3. I think Fulham are in trouble. I think Fulham are
Big
You know what
trouble.
they've done, bro? What's
on.
up with them? They've done the same thing what they did last time they come up. So tell me a lie. Last time they strengthened, they bought a load of
Yeah,
players.
they spent 100 million there. Am
but
I
it's
correct?
like this time, I'm looking at the team and it's like,
It's a championship side.
whoa, like you man are sick.
How are you
made,
not
bro.
going to play Mitrovic?
I don't get that. Did they fall out or something? Him and Scott Parker.
Regardless if you fell out, he's your best attacking threat. How are you not going to play Mitrovic
You know why?
against Arsenal's defence, who had new starters in there?
Slop it. It's this. For me, it's this whole. Might sound like weird what I'm about to say, but I feel like only an English manager would do that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you now.
What not play Mitrovic? Go on, elaborate.
If he's got not player because he's got a problem with him.
Right. So you think English managers will more likely do that, whereas a foreign manager will just
Man will
with
play you
others?
and just not talk to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Man will play you and not talk to you. And man will say, "Oh, Bale and Zidane, there's an example."
You say he did score in it. Yeah, he
I
scored
honestly
as well.
don't believe that Bale wants to play for thingy. So that's a different thing. You know what I'm saying? But it's only seems to be in the Prem where you get this thing of man's got a beef with the man. They don't play him. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, play the guy, bro.
Yes. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Honestly, I looked at their team and I was like, this team's shocking.
Yes.
That should be what they play in the cup.
And it's shown that it was shocking because Arsenal won at an absolute canter. That being said, I got to give Arteta credit. I do believe, I've said this before, he is good enough for Arsenal, and I think that they will be on the up if he is backed. Because that goal that they scored, the Aubameyang goal, the third one's quality.
But you see this?
Quality.
You see Aubameyang?
Yeah.
It's very good that they've got Aubameyang. Very good.
Mm.
But for me, it almost seems to be that if it's not Aubameyang, where's it coming from?
And I think that's where, because what we have to remember as well is this isn't Arteta's team, so it'll be interesting to see players he moves out and players he brings in. Because I think he's doing well with a group of players.
Oh,
He's
no,
not-
no, yeah, I'm
he's
not
not-
doubting
I
it.
know you're not doubting that. I'm just saying he doesn't pick them, so it'll be interesting to see what his attack will be like. Because
Yeah.
Pepe's on the bench, you're getting left out for Willian. What does that do for Pepe?
But what did Willian do?
And
Three
Willian-
assists?
Yeah. Even though that first one was a bit, well, I get what you're saying. The first one was a little bit. I don't know. Like,
Yeah, but he's still kept their record signing out.
Yeah, he kept that. That's what I'm saying. Because obviously Pepe is not his signing, which lets me know Arteta don't fancy Pepe. So it'll be interesting to see. And I don't think Willian's like his number one signing. So it'll be interesting to see who Arteta does go and get. If they say Lacazette was moved on, what number 9 did he get? Did he get a party?
Do you know what the thing with Arsenal, which is quite worrying? Arsenal will always be able to attract players, and I've said this before. They need to let louder Wenger slander, because I'm telling you, without him, you wouldn't have half of these players at your club now. I don't care how long he's not been there. It's down to that period.
Yeah, Wenger put them on the map. I think the issue is with Wenger is they're saying you just went on too long.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying they love to slander everything about him, but then we'll shout Invincibles from the roof. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, why? Where it was him? You know what I mean? Where was he when this happened?
I get what
you know what I'm saying? So for me, there will always be a striker somewhere. You know what I mean? There's always
they always
players.
seem to manage to get quality players.
Yeah, like you always hear Arsenal get linked with big players.
Being in London helps massively. And people don't
I said this
realise
back
how
in the day.
big
You know,
that helps.
I'm not gonna lie. I said this back in the day.
Yeah.
If Manchester United were based in, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking, bro. It's a wrap. Listen to how I'm saying it. It's a wrap. You get me? It's a wrap, bro. Even Liverpool at this time. If Liverpool, it's a wrap.
Nah, seriously.
The London thing's just a big
it's a big drawing.
It's just a big thing for man, because man from abroad instantly say England, London.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man go Caribbean, they call me London boy. I'm like, yo, man's not from London, bro.
You've seen it when battlers will come over.
Yes, they'll automatically say
London. And it's not London.
I've got a Don who I've been doing radio with, who's American, and that shout out my Don Jesse Week, and any battle rap fans will know. And anytime we're on the phone,
Jesse, man.
Yeah, he'll introduce me and he'll be like, yo, this is my boy Flawless from London. I'm not from London, Jesse.
That's what I'm saying,
bro. He does it. Every time we speaking to you from? No, I'm from Manchester. Get it right.
That's what I'm saying, bro, because the whole London thing's a big draw.
Yeah, it's a big
Don't
draw.
get me wrong, the whole London thing's a big draw, and it's also a cultural thing. Arsenal will always be able to draw.
Yeah, they always attract players. Like even being able to, even though it's not work for him, to attract a Pepe.
Yeah.
To get a Lacazette.
You know
to
what
get
it
an
is?
Aubameyang.
But this is what I'm saying. Look at all them 3 players. It's players of the French descent or the French nationality. They were all, just because of the whole history. Yeah. Literally, if you're a French player, I honestly feel like you probably grew up and Arsenal was your team.
Yes.
Do you get what I'm saying?
You would have, because your guy.
Maybe if you're a bit older, that generation above, maybe United for the Cantona. You understand where I'm coming from? But I'm saying
it's spot on. It's 100% spot on.
I'm saying more time in it. More time if you're French nationality, French whatever, even especially as well French African.
Yes.
Arsenal's your guys. You get what I'm saying? Maybe it changed a bit with the drug when the Drogba come in.
Yes.
You get what I'm
I
saying?
think they changed it with the African side of things in it. That's why
with the Drogba and the
that's why
SCN.
when we was in like college times, a lot of African people of African descent,
brothers,
Arsenal, Chelsea fans.
Remember that.
Yes,
That's especially when me and Florence went college, bro.
Definitely.
You ask a man who they support.
Is Arsenal or Chelsea?
Asna. You get me?
Yeah, it was Arsenal or Chelsea.
Asna. You know when a man says Asna, you know the raw raw supporter, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's how it changed up. So Arsenal will always be able to draw in that crowd, and then from the Arteta then will have the Hispanic crowd.
Yeah, they'll have they'll have the Spanish.
If you look at them 2 things now, you've probably boxed off, because then the Hispanic crowd, that includes the Argentinians, the South Americans, because at the same time it's Spanish.
They speak Spanish.
They speak Spanish. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So at the same time, then you look at the Gabriel, the Willian, they've got like 3 or 4 Brazilian man there. Martinelli. So they've got about 3 or 4. I'm sure there's another one I've missed out, but they've got like 3 or 4 Brazilian man at the moment. David Luiz, there you go. So if you look at it now, Arsenal have always had that continental feel to the squad.
Yeah, they have.
So you could probably come to Arsenal.
The Barcelona of England.
Yeah, you could probably come to Arsenal not knowing a word of the Queens, and you'd fit right in that changing room. Do you get what I'm saying? Because someone will be able to. No, being real, bro. I think I'm not even busting jokes.
Man is pulling out all the words out of his dick.
You get what I'm saying? It's true, man. Man, I said. Yo, legends in the stand-up JV. Nah, man, I'm not even a comedian, bro. Just how I talk. You get what I'm saying? Big up, though, Andrew Ellis. But that's what I'm trying to say. Arsenal will always, due to the makeup of their squad, be able to draw in players.
Yeah, they will.
Like, no matter where they are in the table.
Not facts.
Because it's one thing you know about Arsenal. You come into, if you're a foreign player, you're gonna feel at home
because of the content of the changing room, and you're always going to play good football. Arsenal, no matter what, maybe not defending. You know that going forward, we're going to play some good football. And then they're probably thinking in the back of the mind, 1 or 2 defenders and we're solid. Because really and truly, if Arsenal, I've said this for years and I don't know, anytime you watch commentators speak on Arsenal, it's probably the first thing they go to. If Arsenal sort out the defence, they're a problem.
It's been like that for the past however long it's been.
But that's what I'm saying. And people know that though. And it's actually true. If someone comes in and then if Arsenal at the end of this window end up with like a Upamecano and a sick right back and
a Thomas Partey.
Yo,
they're in business.
You
know
what I'm saying? So that's why I'll always say, depending on their manager, Arsenal are never that far off.
Yeah.
Because then once they bring in them, they can always get out the joke man out of the squad because they just always seem to have a lot of joke man.
Yeah, there's always the guys who you know are going to make mistakes. But moving on quickly, obviously we got the last 10 minutes of the show where we just run through the rest of the results. It's cool. Crystal Palace 1, Southampton 0. Crystal Palace, good victory for them. Zaha obviously scoring a very good goal.
Yeah.
Tough, but great cross by Townsend, and it was a very good volley. That's a difficult chance he's put away.
That's the centre forwards.
Yeah, he's a difficult chance.
You've got to have real concentration for that.
Yeah. Stefan says, by the way, can you tell Soon as nobody in France knows who he is?
There you go. Stefan's from France as well.
Yeah,
shout out, Mike. Yo, am I saying, is it Stefan? Because I see that little flick over the E there.
What do you reckon it's Stefan?
Is it Stefan or... You know what I'm saying? Tell me how to say it, bro. Just put it in the comments, bro.
But it is what it is. But I get what you're saying. So, yeah, Crystal Palace, good result for them. Southampton obviously lose. But one thing I do want to say in that game was the VAR. That's what I would say.
Unbelievable.
The VAR, obviously, Kyle Walker-Peters went into a high challenge. Red card. And then he was the referee on the pitch was told to go to the monitor, which was great. He went to the monitor, watched it, downgraded it to a yellow. I think everyone's happy there. Like, that's how VAR can work. None of this going to St. George's Park business and someone you're here. No, let the ref go off the pitch and look at the monitor. Man. That's what I'm with.
That's why we get so have such qualms with VAR because it's like you've literally got the thing there to help you, the referee, and they always don't want to take that responsibility to use it.
Yeah, it's like just go and watch it. West Ham 0, Newcastle 2. I believe West Ham are in big trouble.
Yes,
I think they're in serious.
Their whole club is a mess from top to bottom.
Yes.
The whole what's his name? West Ham are in trouble, but Newcastle, oh my gosh, Newcastle look very good simply because
they played West Ham.
No. He's opened his checkbook, bro. He's opened his checkbook.
It's because they play. Yeah, go on.
Nah, he's got in Callum Wilson. I believe Callum Wilson is perfect for them.
I think he's perfect. I'm not gonna lie though. I think Newcastle are gonna struggle. When did they finish last season? 12.
I can't remember.
13.
Something like that.
But here's
I
the thing.
That's the same for them. That
is the same for them, but I think they could possibly have a better season. That sounds weird, but I think they've got someone who knows where the back of the net is. They don't. It's not like they don't create chances. They have that Joe Linton, you know what I'm saying, my brother. My man's missed pure chances, you know. He's not even in and about for the chances. A lot of the times, crosses get whipped in that box. They got man like Mike Ritchie, fam.
Here's the thing as well.
Whipped in and no one's on him.
Go on, Stroke.
Now you've now got Ryan Fraser there. Yeah. But the one person you're not talking about who made an impact, who was a new signing, was Jeff Hendrick. He's a goal-scoring midfielder. He got a goal and an assist.
That Lewis, bro.
I do rate Jamal Lewis. It'd be interesting to see. I just really, with the teams in front of him, that's obviously your top 6, and then you've got your Evertons, Wolves, Sheffield Uniteds ahead. I don't see them breaking into.
Do you know what it is with Newcastle? 10. I've never thought that Newcastle are defensively poor. I
just
think
they're defensively good.
It's just a thing of quality. So then if they build on that quality in front, it's almost like a concentration thing with them. They always seem to be good defensively.
They are.
You know that if a big team goes to Newcastle,
they have
a hard game.
You know why it is defensively? Because that's how they set up, whether it was Steve Bruce, whether it was Rafa Benitez.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to be defensively sound because we don't have the quality, and we're going to try and score a goal from a set piece.
Yes.
Something like that. So it'll be interesting to see with Newcastle. I see them doing pretty much of the same, to be honest. West Brom 0, Leicester City 3. Another team I think are in deep trouble when I watched that game. West Brom. They look like a pot. It looks like literally for relegation. West Brom, Fulham, and 1 over.
To me, the teams who've come
West
up,
Ham looking trouble.
Teams who've come up have missed a trick. Don't know if it's, you know what? Not gonna lie, the COVID thing might have killed them off in terms of money in and all that because none of them seem to have spent any money
apart from Leeds.
Yeah, but that's maybe because Leeds have got that. Leeds actually have an owner, don't they?
And not just that, for those that don't know, Leeds have also got one of the shareholders is the San Francisco 49ers.
There you go. They've got things going on for him. Do you get what I'm saying? So for me, those clubs were being run in that old school way. Like you could have. Don't get me wrong. Even if you came into when it was the Premiership in the early 2000s, you couldn't not invest. You still had to.
Yeah, you still have to invest, and I think teams have to look at it like there's poor team. Well, I can't say poor team, but like mine is West Ham. There's not like you got West Ham and Villa, two teams that are not great. If you invest and get above them, it increases your chances of staying up.
Even Villa have bought a few players. That striker, that Ollie Watkins, he's a striker.
He's good.
He's a good.
He scored against United.
In the.
No. But you know what I mean. Like to score on your debut against, let's be honest, Manchester United is still a big name.
Yeah, it's still a big name.
So for him to come on in his first appearance and score, that'll do him the world of good. They're now getting that Martinez.
It's a nothing game, that though.
No, you know what I mean, though. That'll do his confidence the world of good.
It will do his confidence. He will be jumping, definitely. Scoring against any Manchester United, you're confident.
I'm going more off the season he had last year in the Championship and the season he had before that. So he's someone who's like for 2 seasons now, he's been in that 20 goal. For me, as a striker, if you score 20 goals consistently, no matter what league you're in, you have to be looked at as someone who's a threat. And
see what you can do.
The thing is, the first season he scored that, he was a left winger. They converted him to a striker. He continued scoring. So for me, that shows where he knows where the net is. I think that's what Villa need, someone to help Grealish.
Yeah, they do too. So where do you reckon? Obviously, Leicester were very good. Very, very good. Dominated. Obviously, West Brom, they'll face tougher tests. But Leicester look promising going forward. They look good. Obviously, they've lost Chilwell, but they look good going forward, I would say. Stroll, what do you think? I reckon the best they can hope for, again, is probably
top
a
6.
5th place. Yeah, it's a 5th place finish.
I think that Castagna, this guy was he was on fire for Atalanta.
He looks like a good player. Obviously,
He's
one
on
game,
fire.
Like player,
I'm telling you, he was a big part of. He's a big part of how Atalanta play. The only thing I don't understand is what's going to happen when Ricardo Pereira comes back.
And that was one of the things he was talking about when I was watching Match of the Day. But one thing he does give Brendan Rodgers,
depth.
Depth, selection headache, but the type of headache you want.
To be honest, I won't be surprised if they dovetail. One is a right back and one is a
left back. Because I swear that
left
Castagna
back or
played.
right mid. Yeah,
I'm sure he played left back for Atalanta.
Right wing back,
left back.
Yeah, right wing back, right left wing back, and he does the same for
Say
Belgium.
that again. Right wing back and what?
Left wing back.
Okay.
And he does the same for Belgium. So
okay.
you know what I'm saying?
Scored a good goal as well, actually.
Yeah,
It's a very good goal.
Yeah, you're a good player to get in that Belgium team. If you play in Belgium's national team,
Yeah, you're no mug, basically.
You're not
you
a
have
mug, bro.
you have some form of quality.
yeah.
Fair point. But yeah, I'd be interested to see how Leicester do. Like I said, I enjoyed watching the game. But West Brom just did look poor. It was just a matter of time where it's like, Leicester are going to score. And
Yeah,
once they
once
score
again,
one, it's going to be how many?
They've just not invested,
Yes.
and it seems really sad. If what I believe to be right,
Well, it's because of COVID.
yeah, I think If it's hurting the big boys,
Yes.
if it's hurting Liverpool, who've just won the league and have got their league winning money, and they're ran commercially so well and they're making so much money, and it's hurting them, it's definitely hurting a West Brom.
Yes.
It's hurting a West Brom differently, like majorly.
Yeah, definitely. It's
get what I
affecting
mean?
their transfer budgets. I just want to say as well, salute to everybody who is locked in if you're watching live on YouTube. So if you're watching live right now or you are watching this back, please hit the like button on the video and subscribe. Share as well and subscribe.
Tell your brethren.
Yes. And subscribe to the Pi Radio YouTube and click the notification bell because we go live on here every Monday, 7 p.m. till 9 p.m. from a third eye view on Pi Radio discussing everything Premier League related. And of course, the show's all week long on Pi Radio. So if you like music, if you like any type of music, R&B, hip-hop, Afro beats, drill, Pi Radio's here Monday to Sunday. Like, there's so many different
Your whole
shows to go
JV
through.
show coming soon, yeah?
Yeah, JV.
Say nothing.
JV, he's trying to get a show on here.
Yo, I did a mix last week, yeah, and the guy told me I was live. I wasn't even live, but that's another story.
It's a
You know
whole
what I'm
nother
saying?
story. But yeah, salute to everybody in the comments. Our apologies that we don't get to all the comments, but we appreciate all the regular listeners, any new listeners, like I said, anyone watching this back. And I can't forget as well the people listening via more traditional memes, DAB radio also. Yeah.
Also, hit up the From a Third Eye View Insta page.
Social media pages, you're right.
Yeah,
Yes.
hit up all the social media pages.
Twitter,
And you know
Facebook,
what?
and Instagram.
If you've got any questions, fire them into us. Subjects for next shows. Hit us up, man.
That's a great
and
point.
You know what I mean? Hit us up.
if you're one of our regulars, the regulars hit us up anyway, and they know we'll chat with you, football chat, whatever it is. Yeah, hit us up. Ideas for the next show, topics, things you want to talk about, transfer news, whatever. Hit up the page, and we'll get back to you. Yeah.
Any teams that we may not like mention in depth or go in depth that you want us to discuss, let us know. Like I said, let us know.
Let us know who you. That's what I want to see. Actually, next time we're on, I want to see who you all support.
Yeah, and also as well, make sure this goes into it as well. Make sure you download the Flick app and join the Football Terrace community on the Flick app. Because like JV just said there, that's the place where it's like over 1,000 people discussing everything for, Premier League related. So you can create discussions. Create polls, etc., etc. So download the Flick app and join the Football Terrace community. Like I said, I'm there, JV's there, Stroh's there. Anyone who watches the show, you'll see myself and JV on the Football Terrace on that United show, Stroh on that Liverpool show, and different shows as well. I've seen Stroh pop up there on a few occasions. When
Stroh
be popping up on the Football Terrace.
Yeah,
I see
Andrew,
you working hard.
maybe soon come.
Yes, we are trying to sort that out. Man said JV and KG show. KG is the comedian from the United stand. That's what it is. That's what he's thinking. KG's jokes. He's not as funny as you though. Like I said, and Expressions are the funniest guys out in this YouTube.
It's not no JV and KG. Shout out KG, but it's JV. You know what I'm saying? Shout out KG. But it's JV, yeah?
Yes, people, this has been From a Third Eye View on Pi Radio. Thank you very much for tuning in, and make sure you lock back in next Monday, 7 p.m.
Yeah.